Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Hey, Fiddle D, Widow, Teresa, good vibes. Jay, Teresa, Southern Gal, That Coon, KNS, Rainbow, Stephanie, Catherine, Mike, Jane, Julie's Crafting, good morning. Kelly, good morning. Heather, Laurie, go Bulldogs. How's everybody doing? Hey, Brad Brett. Oh, something's still playing. Hold on. I went to the wrong thing. I know, Remy. We had a really big storm last night. It was actually really scary. It was horrible, but it cooled things down just a bit, so it's not too hot here. Hey, Gothic. Hey, Heather. Sharon. So I said I wasn't going to talk about anything pertaining to Sebastian unless there was an update, and I do feel like there's an update here. Hey, Natalie. I'm sure people are going to tear it apart, and that's okay. Chris, Skeptical Robin, Danny. But there's been a lot going on, and I just heard sometimes I hate YouTube because you can't even like listen, like even clips, right? There are clips that are so full of shit. There is not one single person that knows what all I had that led to is actually a PFA. It's not even an RO. Let's just get that off the bat. I don't care who agrees with it, who disagrees with it. I have my own life experiences. I have my own things that took place, and I have my own reasons. Most importantly, I have my own evidence that felt it was very warranted to issue a 3 year, which is the max. So for people that are like they disagree with it or it's going real life or this or that, I don't care. You know when it went real life? You know when it went real life? Let me tell you. Um, so yeah, until you've experienced what I've experienced on a level I did with the type of person I did, I don't care if people agree or disagree. I don't care if it's people I like. I don't care if it's people I dislike. I don't give a shit. You know who agreed with me? Two attorneys and a judge. Okay. All right. So we're going to move forward with that one. Right. Thank you, Remy. Went real life way before that. There's a lot of things people are unaware of. And also for the idiots in the back, you can always go ahead and pay the money to get the transcript. And I ask you all why nobody has. Okay. It's a protection from abuse, Brandon. There's this misconception you only get it if you're in intimate danger, but you'll actually be granted one for harassment that leads somebody to being in fear, a reasonable person to fear. Look it all up. It's the whole thing. So we're just gonna get that out out the way. Um, there is that factor. And I also want to remind people, a lot of people that are claiming they're against it were people that also cried they wanted to get ROs on people or have ROs placed on them, but they just never followed through or were successful. So they're not against getting restraining orders. They just didn't have the either A, the courage, B, the money, or C, the reasoning. So um exactly, Fiddledy. Even some who are no longer around me were pleading with me to get one. So it's okay. I got one. A judge granted it. Like it, dislike it. I don't care. Uh, hasn't made everything, what it should. But good morning, Carrie. So moving forward, there has been a lot of chaos. And I knew there would be a lot of chaos, which is one reason I was backing out. It is Brandon Barn. It is. It is. Definitely is. Um, And again, nobody knows what all I had. It's not as simple as people think it is. Uh, I just have a feeling if it was somebody they liked, they'd feel a lot differently. But so that is what you guys are seeing. You guys are seeing the ramifications for me getting that. It is people that are uh, working overtime to seek their revenge for that. So, hey, Mr. Tomato Head, Caroline Kells. No, I actually, you're right. I don't. Hey, Pine Needles, good to see you. So, Jay, do you love this like huge rumor now that you're helping me with my channel? And that's why I'm a conspiracist because it's you. And the only reason my channel grew and da da da. And it's like the most asinine thing because the only thing you offered to help me with was how to learn how to run Streamlabs because of the miles between both locations. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Remy. I was worried too that the location difference. Now that it, yeah, I'll just say I agree. Mississippi. Good morning, Becky. Well, what's funny is they're saying like, well, not they, um, exactly, Basic Brooke, but not they, but there's a person saying, that I only looked into Julia's background because of you. And I'm like, man, with utmost respect, I looked into Julia's background like day 2 of her being on the scenes. We did an entire uh, unmasking over here. So that was well before Jay. Matter of fact, I with utmost respect, I think I was actually calling Jay out in that moment because of the whole dog handler with Steph. So it had nothing to do with her. Um, yeah, exactly. People say anything to discredit anybody, don't they, Kels? It's like so tiresome. And it's the same people that just can't seem to get it to, get places themselves. Anyway, so we are all aware some of the internet doesn't seem to like it when creators collaborate or get along. I agree. I agree. And I'm sorry for those that are getting pulled into shit just because they won't pull out a pitchfork at me. Personally, I love it when a community comes together. I feel like we should be together, Pine Needle. There's no reason why we all have to be against each other. Hey, Tennessee Road. Kim, good morning. Good morning, Avery. Angel Chips. Sorry, Widow. I didn't even say it. I know this doesn't mean anything to anyone in here, but New South Wales won the state of origin. Wait, did anybody else see? All right, let me pull this up really quick and then we'll get into the topic. Oh lordy, this was I couldn't believe it. Oh, I want your opinions on this, and then we'll go ahead and move forward with the topic. But I definitely need some opinions. I'll tell you what. So we were doing our little family game night. I am the run-in champ for sorry. Good morning, everybody coming in. Lady Justice, Shannon. Well, that Shayna, Shanna. I'm sorry, Brandon. That is what comes next. Sunshine. I know what part of the case we're at. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Definitely doesn't watch it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so check this out. This made me like I had to stop and I was like, is this a joke? Who's broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Thank you so much. Did anybody else watch this live? Thank you, Crimes Under Investigation. Thank you, Squish. Haters gonna hate, right? I haven't played Sorry in 20 years, maybe more. Oh, it's one of our favorite. Hey, Seymour. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed. Of course, the Phillies player has to laugh because we're the assholes. Of course, he has to be the one laughing. You freaking asshole. So look, he can't even control himself. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night. Listen, so I do know that she came out and she did say she has a drinking problem and la-di-da. I'm sorry, but even drinking, if you can sing, you can sing, okay? And I don't believe that the alcohol was her issue. No, she was nominated, but she never won. What I will say is we are in a generation where a lot of these people can't sing. It is auto-tuned that make them sound good. And that is the Chris said 4-time Grammy nominee. But that I'm sorry, but alcohol does not make you sing. It's people are used to auto-tune. Ingrid, her name is Ingrid Andress. That our flag was still there. Bitch, I thought this shit was a prank. They're booing her. They're booing her. Look how sweet the crowd is. They now try to help her, right? They start singing with her. This was bad. Hey, Sarasaurus. Tend to get their knowledge from clip channels without having enough common sense to confirm the info from the source. I know, and I used to do that too. And I've since learned after watching how people do manipulate clips. I've since learned. This woman's singing is equivalent to clip channels. Shit.
For the land of the free.
Ugh.
And the home of the brave.
Listen, I get it. I get it. She was drunk. Okay, but I'm sorry. That was horrible. I thought that was a joke. Yeah, I sing better in the shower too. Hey, Supra. And again, I don't think it has anything. Look, somebody said first Trump's ears and now ours, and I about lost it. I've never. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with the alcohol. I think it has everything to do with a lot of these music stars today aren't musically talented, and they rely on all the gadgets to help them sound better. So yeah, anytime you're watching a clip channel, just they're equivalent to that, right? They're just they're fraudulent. They're hiding this, can't really do the thing, and they always crap up. I guess you remembered the words. I'll give her that. Yeah, free. She sure did. They take pretty girls and make them sound good. Exactly. Oh, yeah, this was just the other night. This was very recent. So, again, the next day she came out and said, listen, I was drunk. I'm sorry. I'm going to rehab. Blah, 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 blah. I do know addiction is real, Michelle, but I will say this. I think that, again, drunk or not, if you can sing, you can sing. I don't believe it had anything to do with alcoholism. I think it was a smart maneuver to get out of it, really. Speaking of which, I did watch 2 clips of 2 channels that I personally like, and I think a lot of you do like as well, going at it. And I don't know about all of you, but I am so tired of like the jabs being thrown about, oh, you're an alcoholic. Oh, well, you're a pothead. I think it's so unnecessary. I think if a grown, a lot of people say Savage is a drunk. Savage is a drunk. Listen, if she was a drunk, she wouldn't be able to function, okay? If she wants to have a drink while she's kicking back, having fun on a stream, that's not making her drunk, right? And then the same thing, I always hear people say, oh, Queen's just a weed head burnout. Listen, same thing. If she wants to, smoke a fatty while she's kicking it back on YouTube, do your thing. Neither of that should be thrown at either of them. It's such a stupid thing. And if you really believe somebody was in the depths of an addiction, why the hell would you weaponize it anyway? That's what drives me nuts. She wasn't. She had ice tea. It's an easy jab. It's an easy jab people take. She would have been okay if she didn't try to jazz it up. Do you think she tried, or do you think she couldn't even jazz it? It was just that bad. Hey, Pearl's girl's opinion. Gentrax, yeah. So I do hope this girl gets help. I do hope that she, if she really is an addict and it really is alcohol, she's an alcoholic and all that, I hope that she finds solution and can, Molly go heavier. I actually learned about, as I was driving down, couldn't really get good service. And I seen that Molly was on with the title of Trump, and I was trying to listen in, and literally wasn't until I landed at the campground that I realized the basis of Molly's trying to say, because it kept just pausing and twirling and all the annoying shit. And that's how I actually found out about Trump. I think it was just that. Right, Lindsay? I don't think it had anything to do with alcohol. Hey, Fred. She should know she can't sing, but she actually buys into the heavy production of her voice. That's what I'm saying, Mr. Tomato. They were just upset she wasn't hiding how she felt. Yeah, I don't like that, Squish. I don't think anybody should be shamed for any of that. I hope she gets singing lessons. Eric Shane, I'm sorry. I think the lawsuit is bullshit, but on Betty's side. I don't think it's on Queen's. Hey, Life's a Beach. Yeah, it was very embarrassing, wasn't it? It was horrible. It's very, but again, of course, it's the Phillies player that has to laugh, and he's like the thumbnail everywhere. I'm like, oh, thanks. We just can't resist ourselves sometimes. Can't take us anywhere. I mean, I think his response was it sure was my response. Her name is, let's see, Ingrid Andress. I don't know. Let's check her out really quick. They're all like, WTF this guy. He almost won too, but he didn't. So boo that. All right, let's see who she is. Let's see what some of her music is before. All right, 2 years ago. Looks like she has a blue a year ago. I was gonna say, looks like she hasn't even really sang. Oh, let's see. What do you guys think? You think it's without the production, she just sucks?
The light right now, and the Coldplay song that's playing.
Yeah, see, it's auto tunes. I'm sorry, it just usually is. QB don't lies by beach helping her case. Um, it's probably not helpful, Kelly, but it's also not my choice, right? I think it also depends on what is all written and stated. And hey, Christine, I'm sorry. Hello, Winnie. And all of that good stuff. It doesn't even sound like the yes. It's auto tuned. When they suck live, they really suck live, right? That's what happens when some writers. Oh, she's a songwriter. Gets in front of the mic. We're at the home run derby. This woman sang and she butchered our national anthem, and I mean butchered. Right. She's only reviewing. She's not discussing the case. I'm sure she knows what she can and can't do. I'm sure she spoke to her lawyer. It's a different singing in the studio. Right. They have the microphones, the auto tune. I've seen that happen. Even like some of the these rappers and stuff, they're horrible. And without the auto tune, they suck. Oh, Heather Dawn, I do apologize for that. Even the worst singer sounds great with auto tune. Right. Yeah, I sound great with auto tune. Oh, thank you. Murder so much easier to say Avery. That reminds me of a time when I had a few shots, got up and did karaoke. That's about how I sounded. Hearing it sober next day made me crawl in a hole. I agree. I think that is a lot different, right? When our average selves do karaoke compared to this. I mean, she's like supposed to be professional. She claims she was drunk singing. Sorry. She does. She says she was drunk. Oh wow, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. And thank you so much, Avery. I sound great in the shower. I mean, in the car, I put on a performance quite like hers, honestly. Um, but what an honor to do it. And if she wasn't capable, and I'm sure it would be nerve wracking, right? So I got to say, I just a little empathetic for her right there. I mean, singing in front of all those people, knowing it's going to be on national I couldn't even fathom. But I always grab the microphone when I drink. So anyway, she does say she's going to rehab, and I hope she does. We don't know, Dixie. So they're not telling us what was found. Let's go ahead and check that out. Uh, hold on. I was scrolling so much of the tubes, I gotta find what I'm looking for. Oh, when we were talking the other day about I'm sorry, Stefan Stearns. Well, it does turn out that Stefan Stearns was seen on video carrying poor Maddie. So apparently he took Maddie's limp. I never. You get it. Into a trunk, and I said that during my stream. I said, did they? They don't have him on camera with Maddie, and they do. They do. I was like at I believe it was the Holiday Inn hotel or something. So all right. So anyway, I get a message the other day, and I'm like, dude, check this out. And of course, I hadn't seen it yet, and I'm like, whoa, okay. So
information after a search for missing teenager Sebastian Rogers. His father holding another search Thursday. Now, officials telling News 2 they wrapped today after 4 days of searching. Investigators also say they covered at least 20 miles on the Cumberland River and used side imaging sonar in their search. Now, we do know some things of interest were found, but they did not go into detail on what exactly they were.
So we do know some things of interest were found. Okay. Some things of interest were found. I don't believe that. 4 days. Yeah. And why is it that they're using, again, this footage of Sebastian at such a young age? We're looking for a teenager that has a mustache. We're not looking for a a little boy under the age of 10.
They covered at least 20 miles on the Cumberland River and used side imaging sonar in their search. Now, we do know some things of interest were found, but they did not go into detail on what exactly they were.
So you guys got to remember, some things of interest can be anything. It doesn't mean it's evidential. It doesn't mean it's just some things of interest. I happen to find weird looking fish interesting, right? So it could be something, it could be nothing. I'm leaning more towards it's nothing, right? Came out yesterday, said they didn't find anything of interest. Did they, Stephanie? Where can I find that? Because I didn't even see that. I don't get it either. It's like they're intentionally misleading, right? Like every photo, every time we hear them speak, it's always of a younger boy. According to who? Interest to Seth or right. Good morning, Deborah. TL searched every day with Seth and other searchers as they were assigned to areas to search. Virginia is a game he's playing. 40 people plus 4 whole days nearly cover 21 miles. Again, a suspect's potentially handling evidence. Yeah, damn. Well, that's fair. That's fair. I think when all these months went by, if Seth not searching, and the first time he does search again, it is in front of cameras. I think it's easy for people to kind of be like, not official police, right? They said it was of interest. They didn't say police found it. They said found of interest, a shopping cart. He did have others. He had Sebastian doing a tug of war at school. I mean, Seth does have other videos. Katie had a more updated video with the whole green tea. That was hysterical. Or the bowling and at the football game, and there are a lot of really cute updated videos of Sebastian out there. I don't know why they're not utilizing them. Sign up for Seth's video footage to be put out on Seth's channel of members only. Probably. How many of you are going to pay a membership to watch these videos? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 2 if you're not. Told her they were not related to Sebastian. Well, then they're not things of interest, Squish. BHB said they found things of interest, but told her they were not related to Sebastian. Right, the Cumberland River, you're going to find a lot of things. When you look in a river that size, there's always going to be things of interest. They just need the equipment to go down and check these things out. So is that what you're thinking it is, Citizen Sleuth? But if the police came out and said no, then I don't know. Hard to believe he had 40 people helping him over a 4-day period. Think someone would have slipped and said they were also there. PHB said nothing was found. This is so weird. I don't know, Dixie. I don't know if maybe they just didn't find it important to put out right now. Lots of 2s. Wow. Okay. I'm sure I don't even see one single one. Right. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of thinking I might spy in. And you guys are all adamantly no. All right. Well, maybe I'll go ahead and I'll be the spy, if you will. But no, I wish Seth well. Honestly, I do wish Seth well. I hope he finds answers. I'm just not sure of what's all going on here, right? Hey, Forever Army. It just seems like a lot of games are being played. And speaking of games being played, it rolls us into the game that was played by Terry Lynn the other day with calling over to the tip line that I'm being accused of setting up, which is asinine. Who said anything about memberships and where, so I can go listen and make up my mind? Oh, I just did, Jody, about Seth's channel. I knew the second I heard the news they were searching that was to put on the members only channel. Yeah. Hey, Michael. Cotton Candy, good morning. Seth can't be clear until he's found. Yeah, I agree. Not that I think he did anything, but there's a possibility he has some other person do it. I don't know. Oh, that's a blessing, Marilyn. My 61-year-old sister still looks 12. Chica with the 5 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love your little avatar too. They should be off limits, but they're not. Seth wasn't giving crap just because of him not searching. It was that he was bragging about all his searching when he wasn't, but being in YouTube drama. Right. Kept saying searching for panels. So I was like, oh Lord, I'll be getting blamed for this one. So Terry Lynn decides to call the fake tip line. And it kind of starts off with, she's like, there's a tip line? I don't know anything about a tip line. What's the tip line number? Have a great day, Kelly. Thank you. I hope you have a good day at work, hon. So her chat's like giving her this tip line number. They're saying Granny and Jay called in and she's not really paying attention to it. Da 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 da. So she doesn't know about a tip line, right? I find it hard to believe. Good morning, Red. I can agree with that, Penny. Oh, Choo Choo. Thank you. I agree, Prime Paula. That was deplorable, really. So at first she doesn't know anything about the tip line, right? And she did hide the video. And listen, maybe she made a stupid, mistake. Maybe she was, I don't know. We do dumb shit sometimes, right? Hey, Quinny. And maybe she just made a very stupid choice. No, Lady for Justice. I'm not really necessarily sus. So she calls the tip line. She gets the phone number. She calls the tip line, and she's doing her thing, right? But instead of, she's like, oh, I'm going to call from a blocked number so they don't know it's me. They can't call me back and all that good stuff. And then instead of, I don't know what she was planning to do. I guess she was planning to troll the troll tip line. But some of the things she said were very distasteful. I mean, it was very, it must be if Terry Lynn just called it, JJ. I didn't follow up. I know that woman texting my phone throughout an entire day. And, there's still people saying that I never called the tip line. I'm lying. It was Jay on the other line. We set it up. Or there's, Jay three-way recorded it. It was all a setup. So I was going to respond to her and I was told not to respond to her, which I thought was great. So these are the messages I got. I can show us from the same number. Thanks for getting Ellie at my door. Since Ellie took it, everyone should see more facts. I don't even know what that means. And then she sends me a website. And then I realize now you're probably working for the Proudfoot, and that's okay. Just let them know we are seeking the truth. You sharing that information has brought me several more tips, and I appreciate it, even though I don't think your heart's in the right place. So at this point, I was ready to text back, like, you're not quite being fair. My heart's in the right place. It's in the place of Sebastian. I don't think, yours is. I think that. So anyway, I didn't. I was told not to. Black Hawk. Wow, good morning. Truth Seeker, good morning. Gary Davis, good morning. So, and then as she goes, more to come. Let's get some truth out there. This is all throughout the day. Then I get, at this moment, I'm so thankful for you. It is unbelievable. And I'm like, yeah, okay, sure, Jan, right? And then I get just off the phone with CBI. Your audio has brought the needed attention to the case than you. The tip line is wide open. And I'm like, Lord, have mercy. It was pretty odd, Quinny. It was pretty scary. So when I seen that Terry Lynn was going to call the tip line, I'm like, oh yeah, people are going to blame this on me, That's what I said, Jay. It's just moronic people that are just making up rumors. Yeah, I didn't answer. It was so uncomfortable. Like, how do you even respond to this shit? I did, Laura Lulu. I very much did. I'm like, yeah, no. That's what I was told. I was like, listen, it sounds like they're baiting you. Don't respond. Just report it all and let it be. She was also calling Remy, but I wouldn't answer. So anyway, as we were saying, so Terry Lynn doesn't know there's a tip line and she's calling it. Then as she's making the prank call, she says something about there's 4 tip lines. I'm like, wow, but you just a minute ago didn't even know there was this one. And then she says, answer my call, old lady. I'm like, well, how does she know it was an old lady? So it was just very odd. It was very odd because I do feel like Terry Lynn was fully aware of everything that took place recently with the tip line, giving out tips and, the whole, I think she was very much aware. No doubt in my mind. And played it off as stupid. So It is wrong for them to have a private. Right. How did she know it was an old lady, Remy? Right. So, I don't know, a bit odd. But again, it was the things that she was saying. Well, again, Remy, you got to remember, Terry Lynn's acting like she has no idea about any of this. She has no idea I called them. She has no idea about the tip line. So I'm thinking she must have been aware and played it off like she wasn't aware. I don't know. Old ladies are very wise. I enjoy. I used to love sitting with my great grandmom, and she would tell me about movie theaters being 10 cents. You got all day theater, whatever. They should all go to LETBI. Perhaps Dixie, but I still won't even be responsible for that. See, Gypsy, this is where you don't even give people a chance to finish what they're saying. Huh. I'm talking about the latest of what was happening. And no, I didn't know if the tip line was up or not. That's why we called it, right? But I never denied knowing there was a tip line in its existence. I mean, I kind of find it a little hard to believe that Terry's like intertwined in the actual search with the actual people, but is unaware of this tip line. I'm sorry, I find it hard to believe. Sparrow. I do feel like a lot of people throw that out there, right? Like, oh, well, Terry Lynn's searching. Well, that's nice. That's great. It's actually fantastic. But I don't think that means we have to ignore everything because she's searching, right? Hey, Kit. Good morning, time traveler. That's what led to it. So Jay called well over a month ago, and we thought it was Michaela because she laughed and hung up. So that's why I thought it was Michaela. So, whatever. We were just vibing one day and we got to talking about Jay calling a tip line. I was showing a video, and me, along with the chat, agreed to call and see if they're still operating. Sure enough, they were. They are. And it was just odd. They did call Jay back. So what happened? So that's the other thing. Terry kept saying like the woman was hanging up on her, but she wasn't. It's a Google line. You give your name, then you leave a message, and then the person running the tip line, the quote unquote old lady, which I don't know how old she is, she calls back. So you don't actually get hung up on. I think what had happened is she ran out the voicemail time. Good morning, Caramel Frappe. She interjects herself all in, and of course she knew about the gossip line. Thank you, Jody. That's okay. Coming in is coming in. Well, and my whole thing is I understood her sentiments, Ellie, of like the whole it's a fake tip line that they shouldn't have, so let's troll the tip line. I get that. I do get that. I just think it was very distasteful because at the end of the day, that tip line is based around the disappearance of a 15-year-old child. So when you're calling a tip line, you're saying things like you need a condom and you need lube and you need all these inappropriate things. And again, maybe Terry Lynn got caught up in the chat and she didn't really think that much into it. It was a little troll sesh and maybe she regrets it. And maybe she'll come out and say she regrets it. She got caught up in the hype. It happens. I'm not condemning her for it, but I do think that she plays unaware very well. Called in. I'm glad it was exposed regardless of who did it. Told TL they would call back, but she was blocking her number. Yeah. Hey, Twiddleby. Acting like she didn't know you called. Yeah. She did it. Then why all of a sudden she called the same exact tip line? Exactly. That was my whole thing. Like, why not just say? Why not just say you're aware of what happened and now you want to call it? I don't know if I think it's worse than that, Kels, because again, she could have just got caught up in the hype of her chat hyping her up and the excitement, and it happens. It happens. But the playing stupid bit for me. So that's not all she did, though. She also sat over on another panel where she started giving out. And listen, if this was Seth, I'd feel the same way, and I hope all of you would too. We don't need to know all of Seth's relatives. We don't need to know who they're married to, who they're divorced to, what high school they went to, where they work, where they currently work. We don't need to know any of that. And that is what was happening over on another panel. Terry Lynn started dropping all the names of like relatives of the Proudfoots. She went to school with, and it was funny because she said, I went to school. No, I'm saying even if it was Seth, I would feel the same way. It's just not necessary. We don't need to. Hey, Anita. So it was funny because she said she went to school with, whose brother was it? She went to school with one of their brothers in 94. She's up there talking about Chris's family. Did I say Seth and then Seth again? I'm sorry. I'm saying even if it were Seth, I'd feel the same way. We don't need to know his family. But Terry was up there talking about Chris's family, and it was kind of comical to me because at one point she's like, oh, I went to school with so-and-so in 94. And they're like, oh, so you're legit. Like, that's all it took, right? Like, I'm sorry, but you don't know somebody just because you went to school with them in 94. And just because somebody says they went to school with somebody doesn't mean they know them. It was bizarre. I put money on it, she knew, and even watched the stream when you called and the following day when you discussed it. She known to do all kinds. Yeah. Because he's had one case of molestation seems off. Yeah. Legit. Yeah. You're legit. You're legit. Hey, JBG. Did you really go to school at Kid Rock? You're legit. Here's the issue. She was calling it to find out who lady was and she recognized the voice, yet didn't care enough to find out. The lady had mentioned Mayor and so has TL. What did she want to know? Yeah, that's fair. And listen, again, you call, you give a name, you leave a message, they call back. She made it so they could never call back anyway, which goes to my next thing. If I was trying to be like a POS or shady or any of that, I would have never used my legit phone number or my legit name. And I wish I had it because I don't think we're dealing with regular folk here. Okay. Be quite honest, it's a bit concerning. So I wish I would have protected myself more. Yeah, that's the other thing, AT. It was stupid. Listen, I get it. It was stupid of me to put it on to members. And I know people don't believe my reasoning why, and that's okay. They don't have to. I also don't have to explain myself with what I do with my content either. I barely ever have ad revenue on. As a matter of fact, you guys know I don't. Because when it is on, everybody's like, oh, I'm getting an ad. And it's like, takes you by surprise. Or there's times where I don't put it on and YouTube puts it on anyway. Okay. So, if my intent were to make money, I would have had the stream monetized. I would have used a very clickbaity title, thumbnail, monetization on, and I would have originated with members only and advertised such. I would have said, hey, I'm going to be playing this call behind members only. And I can prove that I did not receive any memberships for that video being placed at members. It was a dumb choice. I was panicking. It was whatever. No excuse for it. But again, it wasn't to make money. Good morning, Poetic Justice. I would like to know why was there lies that people found something the other day to do with Sebastian. I would like to know that as well. Right, AJ. Well, there are people that care. And it's funny, one of the people that were calling me out for it and they kept replaying it, they had their ad revenue on. Can we say hypocrisy? I mean, I don't see why I can't, but whatever. Because it is a thin line. So I don't care. Exactly, Christine. Exactly. Even like claiming that this is fake, I can take a screenshot of the messages. You guys can compare the number. Tell me it's fake then. Hey, Kalina. Love your channel, Granny. I think everyone has gone overboard with this case. Even Jay had TL at one time driving to CP neighborhood and asked TL to take pics of CP garage, house, etc. I feel like a lot of people did that, right? To a rival high school. Ooh. What blew my mind is when someone called you out for it, but played right. That's what I'm saying. With ad revenue on, Cotton Girl. Let me tell you, these aren't normal people, and I do think it's concerning. Something very, very odd going on. Yeah, the way she was so bold and to keep calling my phone number, and then to keep texting me was very, very weird. Well, and that's the problem, Jody. People don't like when you make money, and I get it. There are some topics we shouldn't be making money off of, right? And to be fair, there was one statement in the whole stream that I do regret playing. I thought I was playing it to debunk it because we had heard it, but other people swear they never heard it and I exposed it. So I don't know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing, right? OG, welcome. Thank you for becoming a member. When Terry Lane was prank calling tip line, she actually did say, I'm not going to prank call older women again. Right. How did she know it was an older woman? You're lost? I thought I broke it down pretty well this time. Life's the beach. Skeptical Robin, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. Christine deserves a simp. I live near Proudfoot and I drove the area. Yeah, somebody kept saying that I doxed you. Dox your photo. And I'm like, with utmost respect, I don't even know what you look like to dox your photo. So I hope you know I didn't do that intent. If I played a video you happen to be in, I didn't like point out like, here's Music City, Mom, because I don't know who you are. I live near Proudfoot and I drove the area to look for Sebastian in the early days. I didn't put it on YouTube and ask for gas money, tires, ink, bug spray. Did you really go to the same high school as Betty? Betty always says, is that public education? Education. We may not always agree, may like other people, but still enjoy the content. Thank you, OG. I do appreciate that. I thought so too, Andy. I just think it's funny when there's people that have done worse or done similar with bad intent. Like my intentions weren't bad, when they're the ones that have the nerve to call things out. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, okay, you can fling the shit. Doesn't mean the poo-poo don't remain on your hands, you know? So, Smiley, it's funny you say that. I was thinking that too. You ever try to leave a voicemail and you keep going so the voicemail doesn't even, do you think that the voicemail cut off and the lady still received it? Or do you think it never went through? Put a 1 for cut off, but the lady received it. Put a 2 for never went through. I know. OG. What I also found funny was the whole, she had a, sure, be angry, whatever. But then she's like, you want to get a war? No. But then she's up on QBs the other day mocking people that say things like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. K-Rock Forever video. She's wearing an American flag coat that she made. No shit. That's awesome. To anyone that knows, has anyone near where the Proudfoots live, have they or when did they last see Sebastian? That's the mystery, isn't it, Anita? Oh, so we're kind of conflicted here. Okay. Yeah. She did prank call 5 times. Again, was she just caught up in the hype? Did she not really consider what she was saying? I mean, to even like the wet anthill, knowing that Sebastian, was traumatized or stepping on an, I don't know. The Minecraft sock. It was very distasteful. Again, hopefully Terry Lane comes out and says, listen, I was stupid. I don't know why I did it. I'm sorry, whatever. Because I do get the whole being caught up thing. That's what I'm saying, Choo Choo. Was the message actually being left? I know I can. And then she kept saying they were hanging up on her. They weren't. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it if you guys would. Answer doing a voicemail. I can block while people are leaving voicemails. She may have gotten it. It was a blocked call. It was so ignorant. She brought up like Minecraft socks. She brought up the colossal popcorn. She was just ignorant. Anybody that supports that is ignorant as these creators. Hey, time traveler. No, Lenism. You can follow my stalkers to find out where I'm at. I think she was watching Jay, knew she was about to be called out. It was confirmed he was seen on camera at the restaurant the night before he went missing. Yeah. But I'm thinking when were the actual, they're asking when actual neighbors saw. I don't know, Heather Dawn. I don't think it was a parody. I think it was just a tasteless, stupid joke. I think she thought because the tip line is wrong, we all know the tip line is wrong, that it would be okay to troll them. The problem was the way she decided to troll was in very poor taste. It was insanely juvenile. It was very disrespectful to the fact that it was based around a 15-year-old missing child, fake or not. Creators create a job, right? So regardless of the coverage, your money should be on. It makes no sense. If I had a missing child, I'd be thankful for coverage. I wouldn't expect creator to do it for free. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Did she claim she found a Minecraft sock? I don't know. Let's drop a link and see if Terry Lynn wants to come up and talk about it. I am a very graceful person. I needed people to show me grace, and I'm willing to bet that Terry Lynn didn't quite think through what she was doing. Caught up in the moment. Yeah, I mean, why was her chat writing sick shit like that is my whole thing. Condoms, lube, I need a boat, ordering fake pizza. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot of weird things. So common for sketchy creators to act like they don't watch anyone, don't know a thing. That's the other thing. Like, come on. Come on, girl. Come on, Terry Lynn. You knew what was happening. You knew. There's no way you just started thinking very recently, oh, let me call that tip line you never knew existed until this whole debacle with the tip line came out. Thank you, OG. Good morning, Gypsy. I'll be honest, I don't think I did anything wrong. I thought I was doing good. I don't know. They act like they don't know and try to claim ignorance later when they get called out. Yeah. I don't get that. It could have been worked out, the conversation. I tried. They didn't want a conversation. I mean, the day before, they told me they were being pressured to do what they did. So, come on. They were recreating TikTok NPC. Hey, Adam. And people who don't have money till next payday send her money. I agree, Danny. Someone has him. Of course, want to give CP access. So, and I did see somebody was questioned. All right. So I heard somebody asked if my video was privated. First off, I thought I privated it. I did private it. And then QB played it. So it was unprivate. I went to bed. I didn't even think about it. The video was private. Then it was unprivate. Then I seen Voices unprivate her video. And I'm like, why am I being strong-armed into privating my stuff is how I felt. If I don't know. I mean, is it really harmful? Should it be private? I'm still conflicted on it. Hey, Eliza. Good morning. Thank you, Revival. It does mean a lot coming from you guys. Wait, if she didn't know you called, then how'd she know you played anything to hear a lady's voice since she wanted to see if she recognized the voice? Can I be honest? I think Terry Lynn did recognize the voice. No, there's actually information pertaining to this YouTube hypocrisy. Okay? There's actual information. I said I wouldn't be talking about Sebastian unless there was an update, and we do have an update. Matter of fact, rewind, take it back. You'll listen to what I said in the beginning, because I knew there'd be somebody like you to be like, oh, you're doing it. Tragedy pimping is when you're like, okay, let me go turn my ads on, okay? Terry Lynn has been on YouTube before this. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. People use Terry Lynn's searching as defense for anything. Yes, she has 6 8-hour lives. Most searches start at evening and night. The most she searched was an hour out of 6 of 8, and she searched same areas. I don't know what she searched. I don't know. Does she have like a real breakdown map of what she's searching? So anyway, this is what I was really getting into. I heard you say that, Jay. How many did she delete? Oh, probably is her, Chloe Daniels. She watches everything. You so jelly. So that and that's fine, Chloe Daniels, because there's an actual update, which is why I'm actually doing this. So again, we just played a video where they said they found things of interest, right? Which I found very interesting. But then this comes out. And I don't know. I give a lot of credit to these guys. I think they know what they're talking about. And when you have narc divers coming out and they're even saying it, I think it should be paid attention to. So this is narc divers, professional divers. I'll take a look. Monetization is not on, Moon, to be fair. I don't even have it on. Rarely do I ever. So Music City. Obviously, you can't stand grifter, especially on a missing child case. You didn't do anything wrong by calling. We need to know the fake tip line was still being answered. Where's Sebastian? Thank you, Music City. Purple over there only, wrote out, I mean, you made candles, bitch. Okay? Okay. Come correct. It is good info, and I feel like people need to see it. I think this is an update. This is an absolute update. Seth Rogers and his alleged team went out searching. They're claiming they found things of interest. Narc Divers comes out and points out all the things that were wrong in that so-called search. This, to me, is an update. This, to me, is worth repeating. This isn't just about the drama. This isn't just, conspiracy theories and jumping down rabbit holes. These are things I feel like are important. They do. I know, SS. No, it is absolutely raising awareness. There are people that won't see this video. There are people that really think Seth and Tony are watching. There are people that do a lot of shit. To me, we have no idea who called that tip line and got an earful. You debunked that info may have helped people who were fed a bunch of lies. Well, and then I found out, Danny B, that there were people that did call the tip line and were given information like that. Yeah, they can do that, DH. They can do that. It's what social media offers. Thank you, Janine. Welcome. If you don't like someone's channel or the fact that you think they're making money, then don't watch. You giving them a view and comment is good against what you're bitching about. Well, what I find ironic is there's somebody, again, that has, thank you, Kalina, welcome. Well over, listen, keep doing it, Laura, keep doing it. That's all. That's all. People see right through you, sweetheart. And I hope while you're watching right now, you go and take a look that the same people that are in your chat are over in other comment sections laughing at you and clowning on you. They're using you because that's all you're worthy of, a hate bond. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Okay. Naked Divers. Oh, Kalina, thank you so much. All right, so let's check this out.
All right, y'all. Super short and sweet.
First off, the title is Someone Had to Say It. Sebastian Rogers still missing. Stop with your circle searches. Stop with your circle searches. Someone had to say it. This is a professional searcher. Yeah. Did you see the beautiful diploma? The nice diploma, since you're worried about somebody else's minor child. She received a very nice diploma. You don't even know what you're talking about. She has no idea what she's talking about. But don't forget, they'll gaslight all of you that nobody talks about my kids. Nope. Granny talks about all the kids and they don't ever talk about mine. Okay. Danny P, thank you. Or Danny B. Danny BP. Sorry. Hey, cousin Trixie. Thank you, Life's a Beach. Listen, if they don't like it, hit the thumbs up and thumbs down, and don't watch. Terry Lynn called a tip line after a news clip of their update with Seth and Tony, also after the 4-day private search. That's when she found out about it. Did they advertise their tip line? Terry Lynn called a tip line after a news clip of their update with Seth. But did they advertise the tip line on that news clip? I don't think so. KNS, thank you. Now you guys are really getting me in trouble.
Tweet. So Sebastian Rogers. So I've made some stuff, some videos, and I've said things, and I've noticed that people are on someone else's channel in chat, thanks to a friend, saying, hey, Narc Divers Trey says you're not going to be able to find Sebastian Rogers with sonar. That is not what I said. Whatsoever. I said with my equipment, my sonar, my side imaging and down imaging, unless he's in a barrel, I'm not going to be able to find him with my setup. Now, with live imaging or someone that has a little bit more recoveries, body recoveries, with side imaging and down imaging, this far out of Sebastian missing, yeah, you'd be able to find him. I didn't say that you could not find him with sonar. I said I could not find him with my setup. So I've noticed every time.
See, so this guy's clearly getting angry because he knows what he's saying. Yes, she said my daughter dropped out at 15 and that my parents raised her. Thank you, Sane Outlaw. Hold on. which Remy, just isn't true. A lot of things that she says just isn't true, though. Why is it any of her business? It's so funny. All these people want to grab receipts. Go grab that receipt. Go share the full context to all of that there. I fought for my daughter to be able to graduate school, and she did. She did. She didn't have an easy run, but she sure as hell made it through. Let me see. Where'd you share them to, Sane Outlaw? I'm not seeing them. Thank you so much, Sherry. Welcome. Any news on Steph's next show? Not yet. Grain is also a good example of what they did to you. They twist your words to bring up incorrect details. Always, OG. Oh, Southern Growl with the 6 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So what, I just type in their name? Right, they're trying to offer their expertise and also make awareness to everybody that what they're doing is fraudulent. You'll hear it. All right, hold on. All right, so let me finish this first.
Someone that's live right now, walking in circles.
Welcome back, WinTube. Thank you.
Someone that's live right now, walking in circles, going on wild goose chases without a game plan.
You're right, Jay.
Every time that person goes live, I lose subscribers. And people are on there running their mouth saying, I said you couldn't find him with sonar. That's not what I said. Just to reiterate it. I said I couldn't find him with my setup this far into the, him being missing. Now, someone else definitely can. With a little bit more better equipment. Some live imaging, stuff like that. But as far as the image that I get this far into the game, not to mention, if he went into, let's say someone said, hey, person goes in right here. Yeah, I can find them with my setup. But this far into the game, with my setup, I can't. Now, if I had some live imaging, maybe. But that takes practice, time, and skills. Just like how I am with my setup now. Practice, time,
and skills. So what he's saying here is if you don't have the practice, time, and skills, then you really don't have what it takes, right? So he's basically calling that out. He's saying, listen, you can't just get in a boat and look at sonar and think you know what you're doing. She's done it to me so many times. And then she'll do it to the next person, the next person, the next person. Nobody really cares what she has to say.
Time and skills. I know how to read it, know how to do it. Stuff like that. Just a little pissed because people are running their mouths saying, yada, 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 Trish said this, yada, yada, yada. Said a lot of stuff. I'm just an idiot with a camera, so you shouldn't even listen to me. So I'll probably lose more subscribers right now. That's fine. So keep watching the person going in circles without a game plan. Not saying she won't find anything.
Who's he talking about walking in? Is he talking about Terry Lynn? Who's he talking about here? Here, you guys go sub this guy up. He's losing a lot of subs. It's not right. It is about Terry. I thought so. Okay. All right.
I can't. Now, if I had some live imaging, maybe. But that takes practice, time, and skills. Just like how I am with my setup now. Practice, time, and skills. I know how to read it, know how to do it. Stuff like that. Just a little pissed because people are running their mouths saying, yada, 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 Trish said this, yada, yada, yada. Said a lot of stuff. I'm just an idiot with a camera, so you shouldn't even listen to me. So I'll probably lose more subscribers right now. That's fine. So keep watching the person going in circles without a game plan. Not saying she won't find anything, but it's just kind of weird, construed. There's a lot of people doing this now, I think, for clicks and views that are just like milking it. So, and another thing. Seth Rogers, learn how to run side imaging, down imaging. If you're going to do it, have someone teach you. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
he's calling them out. He's calling them out. He's saying, if you're going to do it, learn how to do it. Here, for some reason, it's not letting me link you. I don't know why. So let me try doing it this way. I don't think this guy should be losing support because he's saying the obvious. I mean, he's a professional. I feel like what he's saying should be heard. So let's play this one now. This one he's directing right to Seth. Again, for those who are confused, I said I will not be talking about Sebastian unless there are updates. There are updates. There are people, Seth and his team are claiming they found evidence, okay? Or I'm sorry, things of interest, I shall say, things of interest. Then we have this guy here who has done this for a very long time, has used all these equipments, knows what he's doing, and he's saying the way they're doing it just isn't right. It's just not the way you do it. So he's being honest. People will hate that. They never like educated, honest people who speak logically. They like insane emotional outcry with no action behind it. Duty Ron did search, did he? Mystic, you got to chill. This ain't the place for it, please.
For Seth Rogers directly, since this is like the only way I can know that it'll probably get to him. So, all right, Seth.
Good morning, Incognito.
Super proud of you. I know you want to find your son. You know, the outcome, I can't tell you what that's going to be. But just to follow up from what the news has been releasing, my son is not here, so we're nowhere closer. Just from watching that, I see you're using the Humminbird Solix 15.
This is where he's going to actually break down. He's going to actually break down what he saw wrong. And you can take it as if he's being condescending. I think he's actually being helpful. You know, you can't just throw your average person into this boat and tell them how to read it. And God forbid, I don't even think Seth should be driving the boat, to be honest. God just bless his heart if he does come across anything. I couldn't even fathom. Now, you're right, Elizabeth. I don't have to answer. How many times did freaking Lyra over there say, I'm not doing the drama anymore. I'm leaving the drama. I'm starting my own community. I'm not doing the drama. Just to come back and do the drama. Like, you're not one to talk, girl. Okay? Nothing about my post was a lie. I'm giving actual updates. So here is a professional. Right, that's what I'm saying, Bruin Hell. He's trying to help. He's trying to help. It's unfortunate that there are people, I guess, Terry Lynn, that took what he said and twisted it to not be what it was, is what he's saying. And he's saying, like, no, that's not what I'm saying. You're lying about what I said. You're trying to make me a bad person, and I'm trying to help.
Side imaging, down imaging, sonar head units are super sensitive. So I noticed the supply was 11.5 volts. You got to get that up past 12 volts. 12 and a half, 13 volts. I always try to get mine at 13 volts just so I know I got plenty of voltage because they're sensitive. Whenever you're getting reading the images, whenever it's running. I noticed that the water temp's 51. Doesn't really mean anything. Water clarity kind of got to take that into consideration too, depending on your contrast and stuff like that, your sensitivity. You're running at 3.2 mile an hour. That's pretty good speed, anywhere between 3-4 mile an hour, especially looking for someone.
I'm going to pause really quick because I want you to look at, if I can get that off the screen. Look at the top, courtesy of Tony Mathis.
Smaller objects.
So Tony offered this up. The title's blocking it. But Tony offered that up to the news. Someone that knows what sonar looks like, and properly using it, even for a beginner, if they know already aware of how to use it, they would notice. They more than likely would notice when no used it right. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you for subscribing to him. I feel bad that he's losing subs for trying to be helpful.
I noticed that the depth is 4.7 foot deep. Not to say that I don't exactly know where you're at in this video, but if you're at 4.7 foot deep, and I notice you're scanning 80 foot out. So if you're scanning, if the depth's only 5 foot deep, you don't need to be, especially for a small object, you need to be running 20 foot at the most if it's only 5 foot deep. maybe 25 foot. And
see, and I don't know anything of what he's saying because I have no idea. I wouldn't know just the beginning of it. Makes you discreditable. He's a joke. I don't get Seth. I feel like Seth was taken advantage of by Tony. Fact is on live streams answers every question if she's genuine or not, no matter what excuse she makes. What do you mean? Seth having a time of his life playing with others' toys, boats, motorcycles, staying in homes he dreamed of. Hey, Kirby. Yeah, I don't know how to read it. Do our Diddy. I have no idea.
And do more passes. Do a lot more passes. Make sure you're straight. Make sure there's not a lot of chop. There's a lot to take into consideration. This is a super crash course. I don't know who you have on your team. And then the news release that you found some stuff in the Cumberland River that is of interest. All right. Well, when you're in the river, when you're running side imaging, down imaging, especially if your voltage is down and not right, I don't know what it is today or what it was whenever you found things of interest on the Cumberland River, but you're always going to find things of interest in the river. That's just how it is. You're going to see things that look like something and it has nothing. Like, it's just frustrating not to know. But I'm just trying to help you out, get you in the best scenario, at least get you started. But so you're always going to find things of interest in the river. But if it's 30 foot deep, you're probably going to be wanting to run 50 foot on side imaging as far as run left and right. It really just depends. You also got to be running it and seeing what you're hitting left and right.
I feel like he's being very genuine. I feel like he's really trying here. I don't think he's trying to be insulting. I mean, he is kind of calling it out. Like, listen, you weren't really searching because, you're doing it wrong, but you're always going to find things of interest. It shouldn't be, breaking headlines like things of interest found during the search, blah, blah, blah. He's trying to help. You can tell he's being very genuine and he's taking it hard because people are saying he's not trying to help. It's sad. It's sad that people jump and then it's like, look who jumps on. You know what I mean? No, that's not smoke.
So you might have to run 60 foot deep. The more you scan out, the farther you scan out, the harder it is going to be to read that image. So I hope you found something of interest that actually turns out to be something. But I don't know. I'm just following up with this video because I'm sure the video I posted before is going to be misconstrued and all that stuff. But like I said, your voltage was 11.5 volts in this video from the news. Your scanning speed is 3.5, 3.2 mile an hour. That's not bad at all. Just make sure you're nice and straight. And then depending on what the depth is, your side imaging and down imaging, or as far as side imaging, all I'm saying is get someone to help you run it, get someone to help you set it up and knows what they're doing for the best outcome.
Hold on. I just got a great text. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to fix this. All right, so okay, that's great. I agree, Granny. He went on his own money and he searched. He is knowledgeable for sure. How is he searching with? I haven't been really paying attention lately. So Seth claims that he was searching. It was Tony, Seth, and they claimed 40 other searches. But the searches were private. The photos, the imagery, nothing showed like 40 other searchers. So I don't know if there's 40 searchers or not. But I do know what this guy is saying is, listen, you're going to find things of interest. It doesn't mean they pertain to Sebastian. And he doesn't want people to all be up in arms like, oh, they found evidence, because it's not evidence, it's things of interest. And it was found by Tony and his team. It was found by Seth. Hey, Manic, this poor guy. I mean, I feel you on this, man.
Or as far as side imaging, all I'm saying is get someone to help you run it, get someone to help you set it up and knows what they're doing for the best outcome. I wish you well. I hope you find your son.
I feel like he's just being so genuine, and I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad that he's being torn apart for giving his genuine professional opinion. You know, and I've seen a lot of people going around saying they found things of interest. They found things of interest. They're not telling us what they found. Like he just said, yes, when you're searching something like the Cumberland River, you're going to find a lot of things of interest. Doesn't mean they actually pertain to Sebastian, and he hopes they do. I hope they do. I hope answers come sooner than later. Right? Can you imagine all of the things that are in that river? I absolutely could not. Definitely genuine. No, you don't need a driver's license to drive a boat. A lot of times you have to take a boater safety course, which is good. I think the thing is that he's reading sonar, though. That's true. Talking about the search is putting Sebastian's name back in national media. All the drama keeps some talking on YouTube, but isn't very big to mainstream media. To be fair, I don't even think it reached mainstream media, just that local news broadcast, which here, I think it only reached the local. Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere else. Have you guys seen it actually go further than
Information after a search for missing teenager Sebastian Rogers. His father holding another search Thursday. Now, officials telling News 2 they wrapped today after 4 days of searching. Investigators also say they covered at least 20 miles on the Cumberland River and used side imaging sonar in their search. Now, we do know some things of interest were found, but they did not go into detail on what exactly they were.
That's it. It's 25 seconds long. 25-second local. Yeah, I don't think it went anywhere else. Professional divers can read the water tides and depths. That's what he was saying. And what if they did find something that might have been something about Sebastian? They're not trained or experienced to handle evidence. Well, if they found something in the water because of the sonar, wouldn't they need? Let me fix this because the cat. Wouldn't they need divers, professional divers to go down? Might have done a segment or two, nothing too big that I remember. A certification, really? I think that might be state dependent. Ashley Banfield, you think? Huh. Let's see. It's a shame that when you watch out, Nelly. No, I think the last thing from her was 3 weeks ago. Does it feel like a shared goal? I think it was only really local. Everything's about 3 months ago, which is a shame because I think everybody's feeling how I was feeling the other day. There is just nothing of substance to report on. But I think it's very important to listen to Narc Divers when he says, yeah, you might have the equipment, but you don't know how to operate it correctly. Right? Why can't they tell us, Sherry? Just tell us. What if they do have sonar experts with them, but they didn't want to be on camera? So Seth did immediate. That could be, right? That could be. Didn't the actual guy that found Riley Strain, didn't they take credit when it was the hell's their name again? Nasian KB. Didn't Nasian KB take the credit? You were at the home run derby? No way. Tell you, it was worse in person. Poor girl. She posted an apology. Yeah. I think it's important to listen to them, Mystic Firefly. I feel like these are actual updates that people should be covering. Should be covering. Not everything in between. I know who you are. Hello.
Oh, hey, Jeff.
That was sad. Bullhorn says she is coming to protest Sumner County at the end of August since they have not cleared Seth and he was on camera at work the whole time. She's calling others to come. Good luck, Betty. Who did they invite? How did they invite them? Yeah, it's the same thing. That's what it was. They tried taking credit. I'm not surprised as how Seth is searching now. Let's be honest, all searches have been for camera purposes mostly. Well, he's been saying for weeks, weeks that they're going to start searching, just like they said on the news. They'll have another search this Thursday. But it seems like they do it and they invite the news out there to record it. So it looks like they're searching. I did see in the comment section, people were not being very nice. They're kind of over it. Let me see. Let me see really quick. Thanks for no information. Geez, why publish this? They're only secretive because they are saying they're capable when they're not. We already did all that in those areas during our searches 4 months ago. So sad this all became about money. Look, even CJ. Right here. We already did all that in those areas during our searches 4 months ago. So sad this has all became a money grab for others there. No new updates or directions since the first day he was reported missing. The searchers just continue to search in the same areas. Hendersonville isn't that big. Expand your searches. Been saying it for months. Seth with his searches first found glasses that looked like Sebastian. Next, it was black sweatpants like the one Sebastian had on when he went missing. Then it was a possible sighting of Sebastian in North Carolina, and Seth drives all the way there. Now his items found in Cumberland River by Seth and his searchers. Something's not right regarding Seth. I think Chris and Katie and Seth knew exactly what happened to Sebastian. Sure, Seth. Being this was a Seth search to things of interest, he would need money to check these interesting things out. He's taken advantage of this terrible disappearance of his son. If it was real, the police would be checking out the interest or TWRA, even divers. In my opinion, Seth should be arrested for scamming people out of money. That is exactly what he's doing. I know people don't have to give to him, but he don't need to ask for it either. Can Ellie confirm this statement? Profos are innocent. We got some of our people. JLR, total scam. Those clowns didn't find anything of interest. They were scamming for donations and attention, whatever. I mean, a lot of people feel the same way. What do you guys think? You think it's a money grab? You think it's real? Yeah, Katie. At the end of the day, somebody knows what happened to this damn child. Come on. Somebody knows. Wonder if Seth will bring his flyers on the boat. I'm sorry, but I'm sick of Seth and his shenanigans. He rids all the professionals. You think it's I don't know. Is it a father holding on to desperation? That's the problem when, family searching though, right? Because you're gonna see something, you're gonna want it to be something, even if it's nothing. Is Seth just hoping it's something because he needs answers? It's so hard to tell at this time, honestly. I just feel like somebody said it earlier, damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's a lot of damned if you do, damned if you don't situations going on. I would love to see where the police said there was nothing of interest found. That would be interesting. Yeah, and they're all sent in by courtesy of Tony Mathis. Courtesy of Tony Mathis. You notice that? Because you know what that does, Joe Madre? It gets both their names out there. Both their names get seen. Anybody want to come up and give your thoughts? Anybody but that guy that comes in at inappropriate times, desperately holding on to them donos. You think have they actually asked for money at this point? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like people were saying, it's going to be his members only, right? He has weighted flyers. What does that mean? What does that even mean? As long as people are still talking about Sebastian, his name is being kept alive. Yeah, but a lot of people aren't talking about Sebastian anymore because of how I feel. It's at the point, Jody, where there's nothing of value to talk about. And this is where the infighting begins. And we're seeing a lot of it because there's nothing left. That's why I felt like this whole find the things of interest and then Narc Divers video, I felt like it was important. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like it's important. We all know, right? Yeah, we all know Betty taught him that. Put a 2 if you feel like, it's not an actual update. We could have done without. I think it's an update. I think it's important for people to know. But I understand some people feel like it's just drama. It doesn't matter. To me, I felt like it was an update worth mentioning. I think they meant he is dropping flyers weighted down into the water. Surely that's a joke, right? Lots of 1s. You see that? Haters. Except for Virginia. She threw a 2. And that's okay. I'll take anything at this point. It's a shame. It's a shame that a lot of people feel the way I feel. It's a shame that a lot of people feel like they just need to get out of it. I think we're not dealing with normal people. I think this runs a lot deeper than people realize it. You'll see. Sebastian is not tagged in my thing. He is not he's not tagged in my description. He's not in my profile. Nothing. Not in my thumbnail. Now, I do know, Lyra, while you're pointing me out, your friend over there has Sebastian tagged in everything, whether he's the topic or not. So there you go. Some people don't watch everything on YouTube, right? Some people may not have seen Narc Divers and saw all of that. I think that was important. I also think it's important to support people like him when they are under the scrutiny of one jerk twisting what was said and making it a negative. I think this guy was very much trying to help. And if you look, he barely does videos on Sebastian. He's not trying to milk this. Look. Oh, he's the one. I thought this was him.
What's happening in Australian Arc Diver?
So he was used by Cajun Navy. Maybe that's why this is personal to him. He was used by United Cajun Navy scam. News Nation used us for United Cajun Navy agenda. Some people find, I don't know, because I don't know, Katie. Because I feel like this update's more on Seth than it is Sebastian. Thank you, Spudler. Hazanaj, I thought what he said was helpful. So did I. Thank you, Lisa. I don't think it's an official update either. I think it's a BS update. I think certain creators are targeted, but why? Let's talk about that, Justin. Does anybody want to come up and talk about that? I'll talk about it alone. But if anybody wants to come up and talk about it, I think it's an interesting thing to talk about. Where has Uncle Taco been? Too. Uncle Taco came out here, all the attention was on him, and then he was gone. Where'd he go? When you are new to something, you have to start somewhere. He was very unlucky. He exposed them all, them who was wrongdoing. This guy's no local. He came from his heart. Hey, Spitfire. Trey's professional opinion to light. Yes, they use Trey's diving in their videos, part of United Cajun Navy. I think that's why. Are you nuts? Have a great day, Bodie. Thank you for being here. This is a gone girl? You think so? I've heard others say similar. Here he is. He only did 2 little whopping videos. And then this one weeks ago. And his videos were fair enough. So much missing out there that other parents need their children back, just like Seth. It must hurt other parents who have received no help or donations to hire professionals. I agree. Right, it's more for Tony and Seth than Sebastian. Uncle Taco asked you where you lived, Jay? Someone had to say it. Stop with your circle searches. Howdy, let's just, again.
All right, y'all. Super short and sweet. So Sebastian Rogers. So I've made some stuff, some videos, and I've said things, and I've noticed that people are on someone else's channel in chat, thanks to a friend, saying, hey, Narc Divers Trey says you're not going to be able to find Sebastian Rogers with sonar. That is not what I said. Whatsoever. I said with my equipment, my sonar, my side imaging and down imaging, unless he's in a barrel, I'm not going to be able to find him with my setup.
What I don't understand is why is it Terry Lynn again, right? On one hand, I would love if you would come up, Terry Lynn, because I'm not going to ostracize you for your prank calls. Kind of feel like I understand a little bit where you're coming from, but I am very curious why Terry Lynn on one hand defends Seth Rogers, and then on the other, she speaks poorly about him. I honestly, one of the reasons I don't want to talk about this case further, but this was an update I felt like needed to be heard. And I don't like the fact that this guy is being lied on and people are, unsubbing him based off of a lie. Is I feel like there are a lot of people that are wrapped up in this that aren't being honest. What happened was News Nation used the footage of narc divers on scene during Riley case and was putting the footage being shown as the Cajun Navy. Then I had someone come in my live last night and say I should be afraid of Terry. Why does that keep happening? I asked them to, and they want to come up on panel and explain. He does good work, and I feel like he was trying to really genuinely help out. It's funny he says stop walking in circles. I mean, it's kind of true. Well, my computer's way slower than, just all popped up. I've noticed you get picked on, Jess, when your channel is doing good. People are enjoying your content. Yeah. So that does happen, Red. There's a lot of either it's people you like start to turn against you, or people that never liked you can't stand you getting numbers and views, or people whose channels are so far gone, like buried 6 feet under, RIP, have to try to climb out of the shadows, clinging onto your name. And it won't work, right? Like, you can ride it out. You can do it. You can do it for a month, a year, like others have done. But it will never, these people will never be there for you. They will always only be there for my name. So, good morning, Okie. The only thing you should fear is fear yourself and me, of course. Sorry, is Ash. There's something a little off there. Hey, FGTV, I would love to explore further. I don't know what it is. I think creators are targeted based on jealousy and mutual subs going back and forth fueling it. I see it a lot. I saw that happening between Savage and QB. And I hope they can fix that, because I feel like there are people that intentionally want to put a stripe between them. I'm not going to blame one particular person like I heard others doing. So I don't think it's the one person. I think it's a collective group. And it sucks because it is better when people are working together. But I understood where they were coming from. Thank you, Amber. They have, Gary. Thank you, Tweedlebee. Plot and planning next move. Think he is still trying to figure out where J for J lives. Is that why Takia was sent to ask? It's weird. Well, like I said, AT, they're over in different comment sections right after leaving each other's chats, trashing each other. It's the funniest thing to see. All right, I have to do something really quick. So I am going to run this back while I do it.
All right, y'all. Super short and sweet. So Sebastian Rogers. So I've made some stuff, some videos, and I've said things, and I've noticed that people are on someone else's channel in chat, thanks to a friend, saying, hey, Narc Divers Trey says, you're not going to be able to find Sebastian Rogers with sonar. That is not what I said. Whatsoever. I said, with my equipment, my sonar, my side imaging and down imaging, unless he's in a barrel, I'm not going to be able to find him with my setup. Now, with live imaging or someone that has a little bit more recoveries, body recoveries, with side imaging and down imaging, this far out of Sebastian missing, yeah, you'd be able to find him. I didn't say that you could not find him with sonar. I said I could not find him with my setup. So I've noticed every time someone that's live right now, walking in circles, going on wild goose chases without a game plan, every time that person goes live, I lose subscribers. And people are on there running their mouth saying, I said you couldn't find him with sonar. That's not what I said. Just to reiterate it, I said I couldn't find him with my setup this far into the, him being missing. Now, someone else definitely can with a little bit more better equipment, some live imaging, stuff like that. But as far as the image that I get this far into the game, not to mention, if he went into, let's say someone said, hey, person goes in right here, yeah, I can find them with my setup. But this far into the game with my setup, I can't. Now, if I had some live imaging, maybe. But that takes practice, time, and skills. Just like how I am with my setup now. Practice, time, and skills. I know how to read it, know how to do it. Stuff like that. Just a little pissed because people are running their mouths saying yada, yada, yada. Trey said this, yada, yada, yada. Said a lot of stuff. I'm just an idiot with a camera. So you shouldn't even listen to me. So I'll probably lose more subscribers right now. That's fine. So keep watching the person going in circles without a game plan. Not saying she won't find anything, but it's just kind of weird, construed. There's a lot of people doing this now, I think, for clicks and views that are just like milking it. So, and another thing, Seth Rogers, learn how to run side imaging, down imaging. If you're going to do it, have someone teach you. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
I think it was a fair statement. So I agree with you. What you would call it, Avery. I think so. I had the same thing happen, and it does happen. Listen, the only reason my ass goes live as early as I do is because there are a lot of other creators, right? And there are a lot of shared subscribers, and it does become hard on creators and on the subs if people they like are both going live at the same day and time. I have since learned it doesn't matter. People that want to be here to listen to this are going to be here to listen to this. People that want to go over to the other creator are going to go over there, and some are going to go back and forth. It is nice. Right, there's always a replay. But I do understand what people are saying when they're like, listen, I have a daily set schedule and it feels like, and sometimes it feels that way. It isn't that way. Sometimes it is that way. It just, I don't know. There's no real way to solve it. The fact of the matter is we have to learn to kind of work together, work around each other, but you can't ever just plan your day around somebody else's lives because it's hard. It's hard to do that. Exactly, Jay. You cannot plan your day around others' lives. No one should get mad. Yeah. Thank you, Roxy lady. I used to do 11 every day. And then there was others going live at 11s. Then I switched it. And then, whatever. And then here I am. So whatever. It works for me. It works for you all. I like it. It used to be 1 to 2 creators in a group of 10 to 15 or grifters and nut jobs. Now it's reversed. 2 to 3 speak the truth and the rest are lunatics screaming. Thank you, Diana. Trey's from Illinois, and he searched with CJ. Oh, he did? Huh. Yeah, SS, I got to start doing more of those. SS, I just got a whiteboard. Thank you so much. Right, that's what I try to do. I try to make lemonade. I'm so glad you guys like it. Thank you. Just checking the video before I upload. I'll be back. Let us know, Spudler. People are entitled to always accommodate other schedules. Do you? Yeah. Thank you, Andy C. I'm just saying, I understand how that can cause fraction between people. Big Brother starts again. I haven't watched that since like season 2. In sports, so maybe she goes early in the day because her kids have practice or games at night. Yeah, I don't think it's anybody's business why anybody goes live at whatever time. Like I said, you do what you got to do. You make it work. You know, do we have to offer reasons for why we go live when we do, Lindsay? You know what I mean? I don't think we do. It is capitalism, the channel that got the most interesting story going to get the views. It's how it works. It's all how you work the work, right? I know, Jill. SS sent us a whiteboard. Yes, with all the gadgets and everything. That's hysterical. Thank you, SS. That was a nice surprise. No, it's okay, Yvonne. No, you're right, Jay. But no, speaking for others, like I think we all have reasons for why we do what we do when we do it. I think sometimes it can feel otherwise, but it doesn't necessarily mean it. Go like we want. We have replay for a reason. Can't believe people actually believe. Where'd that go? The fake crap. I don't think people do, Luna, which is why I think Trey was calling it out. You know what I mean? No, and it's weird to me. People find something wrong with everything. When they do that, they have nothing of substance to offer. I think we are at... Oh, Stephanie, it was storming so bad here last night. Be safe. Fiction, drama, facts, in that order. Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty messed up, Cassie. If that happened, you don't do that. Hey, proud for her, mama. You don't do that. If that happened, you don't do that. But what was I about to say before that? I seen a comment. Oh, I'm done fighting them off, that dude. I am done. They don't care what you say. They don't care what you say. I have time at this stage of my life to listen to all and replay every one I miss. I comment only in 2 channels, only sometimes. I'm telling you, I'm completely on the side on this one. Yeah, Red. I hope, I wish it wasn't sides. Oh, okay. I hope they work it out. That's all. Hey, Keto Kim. And I hope you subscribers don't feel like you have to choose sides, right? You know, I mean, if you like them both, like them both. Don't feel like you're put in a bad place. It sucks for the subs. I get that. I've been there, done that. It's a shitty place to be. I do as subscribers, I'm going to tell you, I think it's really shitty to see some of you guys writing comments calling people alcoholics or calling people druggies. I think it's fucked up. Like I said, if Sab wants to pour herself a cold one, do it, girl. Do your thing. If Queen Bee wants to roll up a fat one, light it up. I don't think that should mean somebody's addicted to anything. I think it's a cheap, easy go-to for people. And it's fucking ignorant is what it is. It's just based off ignorance. There you go, Janine. I didn't know that. I don't know. I decided I'm not here to talk about... Right, exactly. That's all. Let them work it out. Where'd that come from, Joe Madre? Where we like, I feel bad though. Right, that's what I mean, Choco. 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 It sucks. I didn't understand that. I don't know anything about that. I think she really likes Val. I don't know. I'm like Velcro. I'll be... Yay, Heather. Thank you. Well, no, I honestly, I want to hear from Terry Lynn, but I don't think she'll want to answer. I don't think she'll want to answer at all. I'm very confused on a lot of things because it seems like she'll tell everything about the Proudfoots, but nothing about Seth. When did they supposedly break apart? When did they supposedly... Like, there's just something weird there. How did she know the lady on the tip line was a so-called old lady? How, like, what does she really know? Was she about to shut down her live anyways? I didn't understand that, beats him. I guess they're saying it's on a panel. I think subs put creators bad position. They do. They do. There's a lot of that. Yeah, I agree. Being on YouTube make money to find out what happened to Sebastian. Sad Luna. I don't think we ever will, though. You don't think so, Danny? I feel like there's a genuine part of Terry somewhere. Like, did she just make a bad choice at this point to call that tip line the way she did? Did you guys hear it? Put a 1 in the chat if you heard it. Put a 2 if you did not. I know me and Jay were sitting there like, oh, no. Well, to be fair, sometimes people go on panels just to, what did I say? Put a 1 if you heard it. Holy shit, a lot of you didn't hear it. Me too. I'm tired of creators fighting. There's room for all, but there's just too much jealousy and backstabbing. I don't know if it always, I know it's an easy cop out to say jealousy, and a lot of times it is, but a lot of times I think is build up tensions that don't get talked out, to be honest. So 1 is if you heard it, 2 if you didn't, and you guys didn't even hear it. The tip line lady. So Terry did take it down. Hold on. I didn't upload mine, but Jay, do you mind if we go over yours? And then I do want to play you guys the update with what they came out with about Madeline Soto and Stefan Stearns. So Jay did a stream last night. She's the one that brought attention to narc divers first. And then she did the whole, do you want to come up, Jay? Oh, you've been on vacation. Okay. See, I kind of feel like Infamous, with utmost respect, I kind of feel like they're the type of comments that do bring tension between creators, because that's great and everything, but I'm covering it here. So it is a little like, I think that's where a lot of us get like these built up little things that take place, because it's like, I get that, but also we are here. So sometimes like, it's not really nice to say things like that. Let me make sure this is you. We can't have imposters. Hello.
Hello, no imposter here.
Did you ever play that game? That was a lot of fun. Imposters with the little like, oh my gosh. We used to play it like my daughter on hers, my son, me, and there's like one imposter. You got to find out who the imposter is. It's a lot of fun. It's a good little game.
We kind of played a game last night with the True Crime Buzz and Betty's channel.
Oh,
I didn't show any visuals, and I was just playing the voices, and I was like, A for True Crime Buzz, B for Betty, and people were all fucked up. Like, it was some A's, some B's. Like, they were like, "Who is it?" It was funny.
Oh, sorry, Infamous. I never heard of that. The other name. What's True Crime Buzz? You said?
Yeah, that's the one that I'm a big conspiracy theorist. That's Bullhorn Betty.
Oh, I have to go check that out.
Yeah, I went over it last night.
I'll have to catch up. I driving home got hit by a really bad storm. It actually even came across the radio like,
Oh my god, how scary!
It was terrifying. My poor son was like so scared. It was, you couldn't see 2 feet in front of you. They were like, get off the roads, flooding, watch out for tree branches, stay away from other
I'm
cars.
glad you made it home safe. That's
yeah, because we were on the damn bridge when it happened, and like being up that higher, the wind's that much stronger, and it was so scary. But we, thank goodness, made it. So yeah, I had to exit out of listening at that point. I was like, what is this alert? I thought you were playing something at first, and my son's like, it's an Amber Alert. I'm like, I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. I'm glad you made it home okay though. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
she got really mad. Terry Lynn got really mad. I was playing that prank call and she took it down right in the middle of my live, and then I had to go to Queen Bee.
That I was there for.
Play it. Okay, you did see that.
Yes. And thank goodness, you know, you brought attention to it over there. Nobody would even, well, again, I screen recorded was it the last one where it was like, oh, I want a pizza and breadsticks like that. But I couldn't even get back to the one before that, because before I knew, it's like, there's one prank call. Oh, now she's on her third. Oh, she's on her fifth. And I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, you couldn't tell when it really ended until the phone started ringing again, because she just kept rambling.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah. I see a lot of people saying two-faced subs. I want you all to remember, and I hope you all do remember this, even though there is tensions right now between creators or they're fighting, or if you're not in it, you can be in both chats. You can support both creators. I suggest if one's talking about the other, you just dip out because people will call you two-faced. But just remember, you guys don't owe us loyalty. You don't owe it to us at
No,
all.
and I said that last night too, and I want to make that clear that I don't care who people watch. I mean, people watch things for different reasons. I mean,
Right.
some people watch things for entertainment, and it's the middle of the night and she's up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, and I'll tell you what, when it comes to if you want like a belly laugh, I'm sorry, but Savage fucking delivers, man. She can have you over there
Dude,
rolling with laughter.
they are funny as hell.
Right.
They really are.
They really are. So, you go there, get your good laughs. And then if you want an arraignment of topics and different thoughts and all, go to QB, after. I think I go live, Savage goes live, Queen goes live. I think that's, and Jay,
Well, I just
you do
wanted to tell
different
you,
times.
I have set times now, but I'm telling you, when I first started, I had a friend that was also doing YouTube, and we had that kind of drama where I would schedule something at 8 o'clock, he would schedule something at 7:55.
See,
So
now that's intentional, though.
that
That
is
used to drive me
totally,
nuts.
yes,
Yeah,
that is totally intentional. But right now, it's summertime.
right.
Every mom has their own schedule, and I think that the rational people understand that you go live when your life allows you to.
Right. Absolutely. I agree. I agree.
But I eventually came to the point where I'm like, you know what? I mean, with all that aside, it was easier for me and the viewers to know, like, okay, I started with like 2 days. I'll be live at 3 on Monday and Friday and stick
Yeah,
to that. And then it kind of just, evolved. It just evolves as you evolve.
exactly. It just, and you gotta figure out what works best for you first and foremost. And then, but there is this, idea when you're friends with people, it's kind of like my app button's not working. Quinny, I'm about the same as you.
Mine
Actually, same
wasn't
exact.
either. My app button wasn't working either.
That's so weird. I'm like, what? I keep pushing it. It's just coming up too, even though I'm doing it right.
There's always some kind of glitch on YouTube, it seems like lately.
I know. I agree. I agree. She should be charged for doing that open investigation. What, Terry Lynn? I don't think because this is the way I look at it. I think Terry Lynn thought, oh, I'm troll. At first, I
Oh,
think it was just like I'm trolling a troll tip line, right? But then when you start saying that weirdo shit, and I understand the chat was typing it, but you're talking about like condoms and needing lube
yeah, I
and
mean, I don't think she should be charged. I think that just
no,
people should be aware of the games. I don't think
right,
it's a crime because it's obviously not a real tip line, but it's just the point of it, right? Like, you care so much about finding this boy that you're gonna, rattle off all of these inappropriate things. It just
right.
doesn't make sense.
And some of them related to Sebastian, like, oh, Minecraft socks. Oh, I
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was
the one that was most appalling is a wet anthill.
yes, yes, yes.
That's making fun of Sebastian's trauma.
Right. I mean, that's where these people heard that from. That's what made it even come into mind. And then, like, who was what chatter even came up with that? And why did that even cross your mind?
Yeah, it's sick. And then she was talking about needing a boat, needing sonar, and then someone said a fishing pole at this point, a
Yes,
fishing net.
fishing net, like they're gonna
I mean,
net.
all I could picture was them talking about Sebastian being in the water and being netted out.
That's
What a
exactly
gross
what it sounded like.
visual, dude.
And honestly, asking all of you in the chat, because Spivvy, I got the feeling you got, I'm not going to lie. I got the feeling you got, how many of you believe that Terry Lynn had no fear because she knew who was on the other line? Send the record straight. Terry Lynn called the tip line because her subs told her you called it. She was mad at Bogus was reading comments for. That's what I'm saying, Chatty. I could see that happening. But then at some point, you have to recognize that what your chat is saying is effed up stuff that you don't repeat. You have to have some accountability. I mean,
I'm not buying it because I
no.
called it myself before anyone called it. And I'm telling you, my heart was beating
So was
hard.
mine, Jay.
And I'm not
Remember?
gonna lie. I was scared calling it. I didn't know who was on the other end of that line.
Right.
So to call
It-
willy-nilly, she didn't sound angry to me at all.
This is funny. No content creator responsible for their chat. It's not hypocrisy. It's not hypocrisy. First off, we are absolutely responsible for our chat. That's why we have moderators, because they moderate the chat. Secondly, what I'm saying she's responsible for is reading the despicable comments that her chat was stating. At first, when she was doing like the whole, like, I think it was like 12 days of Christmas type of song, or, but then when you get to the point where you're saying you want condoms and lube, and at one point she said something about balls, Minecraft socks, balls. It got to, you have to be more aware than that. I think
Tony's pickle and stuff like that.
yeah, like I think at one point it was like a joke because the tip line's not real. Let's troll the trolls type of thing. Okay, fine, I get that, but still to even repeat some of that stuff, it's like no, it was inappropriate. Like the anthill, we know where that developed. We know where that came from. It was inappropriate, and I'm not saying let's hang her to the cross for it. I'm thinking she got caught up in the moment, and she can say that.
Yeah, I
And
just think that people need to like
small penis.
just look at what was being said. And the fact that, I think we're so willing to just throw out the dumb card to these people and say, oh, she was just reading what they were saying. She was being trolled. No, these were people with wrenches.
Right.
These were people with memberships. She knew exactly what she was reading when she read it. She's not dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I can see her getting caught up, but still, you skip by some things. You know what I mean? Like, she hasn't addressed it that I'm aware, Sunshine. I think she just hit it for right now and hasn't really addressed it.
It's back up.
Oh, is it?
Up. Yeah, but if you think about, she's searched every day for like 3-4 months. That's at least 90 videos. If you look at her videos, it's like 4 days ago, 6 days ago, 11 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month ago. Like they're all spread out now because she deleted so many. And I want to know why.
Yeah.
It's weird. Being that involved with Seth and then this behavior is weird because I'll tell you what, if that was my son, because Seth's spokesperson is giving this tip line out as legit, right?
Right.
And she's mocking it. If I was Sebastian's mom or dad that was close with her, I'd be saying, what are you doing?
Right.
You're on my team. Like, what are you doing?
Well, that's how I'm feeling. Like, why is she still on? Because on one hand, she comes across like her and Seth had a falling out. And I did try asking her if it was after the whole Trevor Lee thing. And she said, like, she didn't want to talk about it. And I understand that. I respect that. But then she sat on a panel and was doxing out all the relatives of Chris Proudfoot. Well, why do we need to know Chris's brother's name and what school he went to?
So
his
this
cousin.
is what I put together, right?
And the whole hospital thing. We don't need to know people's fucking health.
Right.
Excuse my language.
Right. But she said that it's not really Chris's uncle, it's his cousin. And then I'm thinking, oh, and then a fake cousin calls into T-Rev.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
She knows it's actually a cousin, not an uncle, even though Chris calls him uncle. She knows what he really is, and then T-Rev gets a fake call from a cousin.
Has she ever been linked up with T-Rev?
Who?
Terry.
Not that I know of. She's always kind of like been against him, acting like she doesn't know him. Because everybody wanted her to go up to him when she was live at the vigil. They kept saying, go find T-Rev, go find T-Rev, because he was hiding. And she's like, why do you guys want me to go find fucking T-Rev? She's like, fine, I'll go find T-Rev. So she started walking around and she found him and he was all skittish.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
He was all skittish and weird.
Yeah. He comes across skittish, to be honest.
He seemed very nervous. He was hugging himself and like kind of didn't talk loud,
I still can't believe
very uncomfortable.
I still can't believe he wore shorts with money symbol on them. To that. I just, you know what I mean? Like he shopped at like we have quite a few of these shops like Rainbow or
Hey, who still wears those?
I
mean, who still sells those? I mean, that kind of
stuff
is so funny.
Yeah.
It's like sold in the cheesy beach shops,
It's like sold at like Foreman Mills.
I don't know what that is.
Foreman Mills is like our little like knockoff hood type of store.
Oh, we have like surf style and they sell that kind of shit.
City Trends. Yeah, no, ours is more like city and like the shirts that have like a queen on it with a crown and like a
Like
jewel crown.
airbrushed and
Yes,
shit.
yes,
Yeah.
that type of stuff. She left Jay's panel that day, later went to BJ Live and has different attitude. She also told BJ she would text her. If she didn't like Steph, she wanted to be in the inner circle with all of them. That's what I feel like. I feel like Terry is pulling the wool over her eyes. I feel like on one hand, she has a foot in the door, but she doesn't want the public to know that. And I
Mhm.
don't know
That's
why.
how
It
I
gives
feel
off,
too.
yeah, it's a weird
Like
vibe.
she's the silent,
Support.
neutral one, but she's
Right.
supporting. Yeah, it's weird.
She's very local.
The fake new era hats. Yeah, he wears let's say like 100.
Yeah, 100.
Think big.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I mean
shit.
that like have some respect though. Like put on khaki shorts. Like know how it's like the friend you can't take anywhere because they can't ever dress appropriately.
Shanna, he wasn't skittish in his video. He was skittish when Terry walked up to him.
He was a little skittish in his own video. He was a little odd. You could tell
I
he was
didn't
out of
watch
his
his.
comfort zone.
Yeah. I just thought he had anxiety. And then one of his moderators that I knew at the time, that's now a moderator for me, she told me that he has, social anxiety. And I kind of felt bad for him because
I
she
have
really
social
like walked
anxiety
up.
too.
She's like, everybody wants me to come find T Rev. And he was just kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
it was really weird.
Well, and to be fair, I have social anxiety too, but to also be fair, like you don't ever know. Like when it comes to other like you know what I mean? Like her audience may not like him. And then here she is with like her camera in his face. It could be one of those two. You know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
I
Like
just thought he seemed like a little taken off and like taken back and like, oh wait, am I live? Who is this?
they
type
said
thing.
it was weird and hilarious.
Mm.
Skinny, she could be conflicted, but I think what's being overlooked is that she's in the inner circle. Like, don't forget, at one point, Seth was going around saying, don't donate to the reward fund. Instead, send it to my Cash App or Terry's. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's important. The YOLO. YOLO. Oh, boy. So I think it's around this time frame. Of course, I have no idea of knowing when it was.
That's definitely the tree.
The tree that we stared at that tree for quite a bit. Let's see.
That's it. And I did, and they probably are not going to be like full of that, but it's not much to order a pizza. They got $6.99.
You gotta go back.
Yeah.
On
Go back to like
that
312, I
stuff.
think.
I want the garlic knots
Unfortunately.
and the straight ones. Get me that damn number. If I'm gonna call this number.
Here
There
it
you
is.
go. That's where she starts talking.
Apparently,
about.
there's like 50,000 looking. I mean, I don't know which one she called, but I want the one she called because I want to call it.
I think she's talking about you. I didn't
Mhm.
hear this.
I think
part.
so, too.
Mhm.
That's why I was like, I'm going to get blamed for this shit.
No,
I'm
dude,
gonna
I
get
called
blamed.
it before you did. You were
Yeah.
following up on my call.
Right, because we thought they laughed at you, hung up. I thought it was Michaela.
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to anyone.
He knows all the fake BS he's pulling in his case. I kind of feel like there's an inner circle of fakeness going on. I feel like there's a lot of look over here, not over there, a lot of distractions, a lot of things. Searching, she's putting out flyers on car. I do give credit for that. I
I
do.
hope it doesn't rain though, because all that inkjet is very expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well,
That
and here's
stuff
the
is more
thing.
expensive than damn gold.
And this is what people don't understand. Like I can give credit where it's due, right? I give credit to Terry Lynn for putting flyers. I give credit for Terry Lynn for the searching she has done, just like I give credit to Clue for taking over the billboards and putting up our own money. We can do that. We can give the credit, but just because they do some good doesn't mean we have to overlook all the bad either. You can give credit and still point out what we find to be
Well, I just think that people use it for like a free pass.
a
to
shield,
act
a
like
pass. Yeah.
clown just
Right.
because she put flyers on windshield. That's great. That's what she should be doing. But this added extra stuff is just weird and it makes you think there's more going on.
Right. I mean, it's great that she does that. I do appreciate that. Let's not also act like she hasn't made a lot by doing that too, to be fair. Yeah, I know. I get in trouble when I bring that up because listen, and it is a bit hypocritical of me, right? Because I come from a little sector where I've done shitty things and said shitty things. So, we do kind of grow and try to get away from things. And if Terry Lynn has grown, who am I to use against her what she's done in another sector beforehand, all of that.
Yeah. Who's
But
got
at the
time to go back to that shit? Not me.
right, you know what I mean? But at the same time, if I don't know.
I got no interest in what she did before she started communicating with me because she came on my platform. I gave her, an opportunity to come on my platform and she got a lot of viewers from that. And then I find out that she's pulling this stupid shit.
Right.
Of course I'm going to say something. I sent people to watch her. I
Right.
feel like I have a responsibility to say, something's not right here now.
I agree.
It's like I give you a chance until you show me you're sketchy. Then I just draw that line and I'm done.
Couldn't
That's
agree
it.
more. Look at this. Her best friend's the sister of the mayor of Hendersonville.
Her and the damn mayor.
Her and the mayors keep coming back up.
She said she went to
Gary,
Mississippi and met with the mayor there too. And she
yeah,
went with Michaela.
with Michaela. With Michaela.
With Michaela. We
Gary with
can't
the 30
ignore these.
months.
It's funny because, like you said, she tries to put a divide there. Like you went searching with Michaela. You drove to Mississippi with her. And now you're trying to say, like, oh, you just don't talk to her anymore. So you make up a nickname and call her Rhonda. So everybody
Rhonda.
thinks you're not getting along anymore, that you're not friends. It just seems so contrived.
And she's doing the same thing when it comes to Seth. Like they're not really friends anymore, but yet she's kind of defending him and
Yes.
it's being a little weird. Music City Mom says, sorry, I'm behind. Yeah, she knew who was on the other end of the phone and using a kid to do fake searches, get money should be illegal. I don't know if all of her searches are fake. I do think she spends a lot of time talking about the searching than actually searching. There's a lot of time spent sitting in the car or, but she has been boots on the ground. Again, she lives in the area and she's branded her channel as such. So how much credit do we give for that?
But I have a personal experience that I'd like to share. Okay. So I listened to her. In all fairness, I was watching her and stuff in the beginning. And, when she started to talk about this separation with Seth, trying to make it seem like she didn't really like what he was doing. She doesn't like Tony. She's got nothing to do with that whole side of things. When I talked to her privately, I would I would start to ask questions about Seth because I knew she met him. I knew she talked to him.
Right.
So I'm like, what about him being at work? Why was he missing? Then after I said something on my live, she texts me and says, I got proof that he was not on camera from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I didn't go live with that because I'm not going to say, oh, I know he was missing for 2 hours. I think she was baiting me to put stuff out there. And I started to feel like that. And when I talked to her, she started like, I'd ask her about Seth and she'd defend him. He's got Asperger's. You don't know him. I've met him. All these excuses. But then on her live, she's making it sound like they're, not really that cool anymore. So that's when my radar started, going off and I started paying better attention.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Why did she publicly distance herself from Seth? But you can tell at times there's not really a separation there. Yeah, I agree.
Uh-huh.
They
Went
gave
on and
Kate
on about
friends.
Sebastian getting in trouble on this Friday night, wanting to know why they took Danny Guy's computer because Sebastian was on it. I mean, putting all of these theories out there, and I feel like I was being baited to say them.
Yes, probably. That's how I felt with the tip line. Yeah. Yeah.
It was excuse after excuse for Seth, and I actually said, "Why are you excusing everything, Terry Lynn? Why are you not acknowledging, what I'm saying here? That's not right." It was like I hung up the phone with her more confused than when I got on the phone with her, if that makes sense.
I see.
It started to feel like a game, and I was in the middle of it. And then, if you don't mind me expanding on this a little bit because it's bothering me, the first time I talked to her, she called me Jaybird,
Jaybird.
which was when I first started. Like my group, my members were like the Jaybirds, and we used like the little blue
Oh.
emoji. So she was calling me Jaybird, and I thought that was kind of odd. And then she said, "I've watched you since the Watts case." And I was like, holy shit, like I've never seen you chat before. So I'm thinking she's been around and she's, been following the Watts, whatnot. Well, I don't know if you ever watched me, but at one point in time, I was contacted by a guy named Mark Gillespie, who was a PI
Yes.
in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And his sidekick, her name was Wendy, called me buttering my ass. Is this the J is for Justice? Like, I recorded it because it was so phony that I could see right through it. I'm like,
Right.
what do these people want from me? So she goes on to say, you got such a great platform. Mark would love to talk about the Watts case with you. We would love to do a 24-hour stream. They had this big plan. And I said, I would love to talk to him because he was in forensics and go over, some of the discovery, things like that. So that we were supposed to, plan this big thing. Well, Mark wanted to get in contact with Chris Watts because he wanted to help him with his 35C. So,
I remember all this.
yes. So
Mm-hmm.
I had minimal contact with Anna, who was Chris Watts' girlfriend at the time,
Mm-hmm.
through Facebook. So I messaged Anna on behalf of Mark and I said, hey, this dude, this PI from Texas, has some lawyer connections. He would like to get in touch with Chris. Can you see if Chris would be interested? She wrote me back, oh my God, we've been praying for this. Yes, yes, please give him my number. So I did. So I passed her information over to Mark and Wendy. So they get in contact with Anna. They talk behind the scenes. Little did I know Anna was connected to another channel. So that's where the whole mess came in. So she's telling them bad things about me. Well, long story short, they set up a call and Anna says, next time Chris calls me, I'm going to call you and we can be on three-way. He wants to talk to you. So Mark and Wendy hit me up. Hey, we got a Zoom call scheduled with Chris and Anna. We want you on it. I was like, oh my God. So I get on this Zoom call. We're all on camera. And his phone rings and he says, hey, Jay, are you recording this? And I said, no. And he said, well, you might want to. So I hit record. Well, it all came back to bite me at the end, right? Because I had the recorded jail call. Well, long story short, we did the call with Chris. Nothing came of this, but I had the call. I ended up releasing it. They ended up threatening me, blah, blah, blah. So it was this big mess. Well, Terry Lynn brings this up. This is the reason I'm telling the story. She says, yeah, I know Mark Gillespie. Girl, he wanted to get in my pants. And I was like, wait, hold up. How do you? Yeah,
Whoa.
this dude hosed the fuck out of me, right? And I'm like, wait, hold up. How do you know Mark Gillespie? And she said, well, I'm really good friends with, I can't remember her name. She did a podcast with him, but she's since separated from Mark. And I was like, oh, but she's like, oh yeah, I knew all about, she goes, I knew he used a voice changer. And I said, excuse me, this is on the phone. And I said, no, that wasn't a voice changer, Terry Lynn. That was Chris Watts calling Anna. And then Anna called Mark and he put it on speaker. I was looking at Mark. We were all on camera. What are you talking about? So she's trying to say my call was fake. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. I was on the Zoom. I saw Mark holding his cell phone as Chris and Anna were talking through it.
Right.
And she just kind of let it go. But that was weird to me. Because I was like, wow, that turned into a big, huge mess for me. And she knows all about it. So that was weird to me. Because I
That's
had no
odd.
idea who the hell she was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry for that big unload, but it like all ties together. And we're talking, this is from 2020. This happened.
And to be like, oh, I know him. Yeah, it's just,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
he
lot.
wanted to get in her freaking pants, just like
Right.
Chris Proudfoot. It was like a repeat, like she loves his attention or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
It was very weird and it made me feel very uncomfortable because she didn't want to believe that it wasn't a voice changer. Like she wouldn't hear me. She didn't ever confirm, oh, it wasn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like she wanted to believe what she wanted to believe.
Uh-huh. Like even after I explained it, she never said, oh my God, I thought it was, she never explained. I was confused. So I'm still confused. She just talks in circles.
Do you know anything about this poker game that's being written?
Yeah, that's the Friday night at supposedly the Bauer Sox family house.
So they do Friday night poker games, allegedly.
I don't know if it's an every Friday thing. She just said that they were there on Friday and Sebastian was there and Sebastian got in trouble. That's her story.
But
I
yeah,
never asked. more
On
about
the Mensa panel, wasn't she asked if she like knew them before the disappearance, and she said no?
I don't know what Mensa is.
The panel of like 30, tragedy people.
Oh,
sitting,
the voices one? The
the
voices
grift,
behind the wall, whatever?
yeah, the grifters.
What did she say? Ask me that again.
They asked her if she knew of like Katie, Chris, and Sebastian prior to his disappearance, and I'm pretty sure she said no. I thought I heard you replay that actually
Oh, I didn't catch that
right
part. I
before
was
she started name dropping everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was focusing on. She
Yeah,
knows everybody too.
right. Well, she was in downtown Nashville in the middle of the night. Do we really know that's where she's at? You know what I mean? Passing out flyers. I could never do that. Safety over money. Here's my thing. I do respect the boots on the ground work Terry Lynn is doing. But when I was on your panel, what I was saying to her is we often hear her saying about like all her health and the bug bites and, a lot of moaning about it. Well, she doesn't have to do what she is doing. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, well, maybe it's time you take a break for your mental and physical well-being. And people were like, oh, don't coddle her, don't coddle her. It's like, well, I'm actually saying it in a nicer way of saying, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I come from
it.
I come from a different place, Granny. I get where
Yeah.
you're giving grace, but she like deliberately sought me out for this. And so
Right.
I'm a little wanting to get down to the bottom of why. I mean, I know
Yeah.
she wanted viewers, right? That's why she gave me the Chris call.
Right.
And I was stupid. I was baited. And you know what? We're not perfect. And this is what happens when people play games. You expect them to be at face value and they're not.
No, well, what I'm saying is I was saying it nicely. Like I was in a nicer way of saying, like, if you're going to keep complaining about it, then don't do it. So I try saying it in a nice way. Like, well, maybe it's time you focus on your health. And everybody's like, well, don't coddle her. And she's a grown woman. She'll do what she wants. I'm like, I know, but don't you get tired of hearing it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Infamous.
Yeah. Who said that?
Hey.
Kim Ortiz is right. She said that
She's-
Sebastian was on a computer and got in trouble for being on it, and that law
you
enforcement
talk that
took it.
computer.
Mhm.
Terry Lynn
Mm.
sounds like a game player, a
Well,
diehard game player, like the psychological kind, like to sabotage. To me, my opinion, speculation only, but it sounds like she likes to kind of almost sabotage other people's channels or their stories if she's on the same kind of topic.
oh, you have
That's been-
horrible feedback.
Let's see.
It's like yeah, I didn't know anything about that.
Someone said, "Did she lose her PI license?" What?
So okay, so there was a rumor that at one point she was
How
a
about now?
PI. Oh, that's way better. Yes, way better.
Okay,
Thank you.
so my bad.
You're kidding. I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, apparently there's like before all of this, Terry Lynn
Apparently, it
was a
doesn't take
PI.
much to become a PI in Tennessee. Then
She seems like a game player. Like she likes to kind of almost like it sounds like, in my opinion, like I said, my speculation that she likes to kind of somewhat sabotage if it's the same topic or same story that she sabotages other channels in her own little manipulative way, and then it'll bring traffic to her. That's what it sounds like.
That's possible. Very possible. Home and go in and out without camera detection. But Sebastian, if that damn ice machine, if that was the case, though, they would have footage of Chris's truck there. I mean, the police would have that. I don't understand what some people think here.
I just got an interesting email.
Because Jake is like,
someone said they were. I'm sorry. Someone said they were an ex mod. They were a mod in April, and then she ghosted them. So they just listened, but they said that she was at the airport when Chris's daughter came there, and that she's been watching them for Nina. She spoke of it in lives. I don't know if that's true.
Well,
I
what
never
did
heard that.
What did the tip line lady tell me, Jay?
I know that they wanted someone to.
That they have somebody
surveil.
watching.
Oh, they said they did.
They said they have somebody watching her all times. And then that day she was at a different place and she goes, "Oh, you just reminded me. I got to call and let them know where to go."
What?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you happen to catch when Betty said something in regards to that? She said she's all about, this story too, but or this case. She said something about that there was that the trucks are not seen at the campgrounds where they have the RV. That they haven't seen any of their trucks, she said, but there was an Amazon package that was left, and then I guess from what I gathered, they went back by and it was gone. So they said somebody's staying in the RV. That's odd. That she mentioned that. She didn't say who told her or where she got that information. She just happened to spill that information intentionally, I'm sure. But that, like you said, that if there's just somebody watching them, who knows? Like, I think there's a lot of sideways stuff going on in the background. A lot, lot.
I'm
Well,
just sending you these screenshots, Granny, so you can look at them.
here's the other thing.
I need another set of eyes on this.
Like Roxy Lady's saying, go to the police, but Terry Lynn has made it very clear she doesn't trust Sumner County and da-da-da.
Of course
So
not.
right. So she's not going to report anything to them.
Just like Bullhorn Betty doesn't trust Sumner County. Bullhorn Betty doesn't trust TBI. It's all the same song and dance with these people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Every time.
And then if they act like they don't know each other, like I said, the T-Rev, if he's doing sideways stuff, just to kind of financially benefit, if he has social anxiety, it would make it more intense. If he's not doing the up and up stuff, if he's doing kind of sideways stuff too, then I mean, that would be more intense, I would imagine. And if they know each other, it would probably benefit them to not know each other, if they're doing not you know what I mean, not factual stuff, if they have other agendas.
Right. And who's Nancy Drew that was driving by stalking the Proudfoots for T-Rev? Why is that okay?
Yeah.
He even got $100 in his Cash App for Nancy Drew to get a new windshield. Who's Nancy Drew?
I remember hearing that. Hey, new account. I do remember hearing that, but I have no idea. Yeah, they name dropped and say they don't know anyone. Or they just play stupid, like Terry being like, oh, there's a tip line when, but then a little bit later, like a miss, like, oh, there's like 4 tip lines, and an old lady, it's like, come on. At some point,
But
you
she
have to
never had
acknowledge.
anybody answer the phone. Yes, nobody answered the
Well,
tip
they
line, so how
don't.
would she know it would be an older woman?
Right. And they don't answer the tip line. What they do is you leave a message, and then you leave your name, then you can leave a message, then they call back. But they never even were given a chance to call her back because she blocked the number, which, again, if I was trying to be slick, I would have blocked my number too. Hell. I definitely believe the whole looking people up thing.
Yeah, me too. And I think that Julia had a hand in that. That's why she had all those reports in her text.
Apparently, she spoke of this on lives.
I mean, who could watch 11-hour lives to possibly, see everything? I watched some of them, but too much.
There's a lot of swindlers going on, a lot of swindlers that are roaming around in the background. I think they're all trying to swindle this and swindle that. And
well, I mean, look at this Charlie guy that was searching with her. Whatever happened to him? He got something bought for him that was $1,500 and he cruised.
Yeah.
But her chat had them getting married and, oh, you guys should be a couple. And then all of a sudden he's a piece of shit in her eyes. And none of it makes sense.
It's like scammers. They all kind of, they're all together because they're all on the same kind of wavelength. They're all doing the same thing, kind of thing.
She deleted at least 50 videos.
Just yesterday too, right?
Last night.
Because the other creator was counting how many videos that she had just on Sebastian, and I think it was about 40 they counted.
Well, it's got to be more than that because if you look through her list, she's got them listed. If you go back like day 60, you can see where it skips around now. She should have 100. She's been searching for 4 months every day almost.
That's what I think. I think she's smarter than what people are giving, what she's portraying. And then if you said about the mayor and stuff, who knows? There could be some connection there, and that's why some people think that they can get away with certain things, and they push the envelope.
She put yesterday's back up where she called the tip line, but if you scroll through and you know that she searched every day, the numbers don't add up. mean, every day for 3 months is 90 times, 90 videos, 90 live streams.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll never forget though. There, I found it funny because there was one night I tuned into her and it was getting late, so I went to sleep. I woke up the next day, she was still live, and I actually got my comment deleted. So I'm like, damn, I went to bed and everything. You're still live. So like she overnight
Mhm.
stayed awake in that parking lot, quote unquote, searching throughout the
Listen,
night for like 12 it was 12-hour stream.
listen.
No
She
sleep.
was live for almost 36 hours straight.
No.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mhm.
she was. And people were
That's
saying, you need to go home. You need to go to bed. You need to get some rest. No, no,
oh
I gotta find this kid. I gotta find this kid.
no, that's weird.
30 freaking hours. She
That's too
started a
much.
stream 3 times. I'm
Yeah,
not
because after
joking.
12 hours it expires.
Right. She had to end
Oh.
it and start new ones. I'm not joking.
Because it'll record it. Yeah, because it won't record anything past the 12 hours.
There, I mean, even when like out on Danilo Cavalcante, like even those streams, there's live action, there's a lot going on, and but like they were like some 12-hour streams, but to do 36 hours of like supposedly looking, oh Lord, that's
I
a
can't
lot.
stop till I find this kid.
That's crazy.
And now she's got a psychic. She's got a channel psychic named Colin who is
Oh,
in there giving her tips in her chat.
I know who
I mean,
Colin is. He comes throughout and he'll write like, "Oh, does somebody in this chat?" It's like the purple C is his
it's
avatar.
totally
I know
inappropriate.
who he is. Mm. Yeah, that's too much.
This was earlier on though, because that's when I was watching her. And I swear we had it on the TV. My husband would come in and he'd be like, she's still freaking live. We were like counting the hours.
She did it 4 times. So I wonder if she gets like overly like focused on something. Was it the views? Was it the? I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't believe for 1 minute.
Cha-ching,
It has to
cha-ching.
Yeah.
It's
be.
what I call
Oh
the
look,
YouTube bug.
When
And
you
a lot
find the
of
cheat
people,
code.
a
I
lot
say the
of
same thing, Jay. They log on, they don't log off because they got attention and they
they
feed
gotta
off of it.
yeah, whatever it is
Mhm.
that's feeding whatever their void is, whether it's
They find the cheat
attention.
code. Mhm.
Yep. They find
Like,
something to fill that void and they can't get enough of it.
Oh, I
like,
agree.
like,
But
like Benny, like, when Benny was doing that, he said that I have actually what that's why I started my YouTube channel because I was watching Benny back in the day. And he actually said, if you want the YouTube cheat code, he goes, find you a tragedy and find you, it involves a missing child or any child at all. And basically, they says, exploit that ever till the last
ew.
dog is hung. He said, that's what he says. He says it straight up.
But
He
can
said,
we
if you
talk
want the
about
cheat
too,
code.
like her driving around during that time? Like we were watching this and she's driving around on no sleep, man, putting people on the roads in danger. She's pulling out of freaking parking lots getting honked at because she was pulling in front of people.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
another form of
scary to
addiction.
watch. It was
Like
scary.
addiction
It's
behavior.
it's a dangerous. It's dangerous. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
be driving around when you're not getting any damn sleep. That's not
Mm-mm.
yeah.
good. Good night,
Addicted to
Molly.
the attention. Mm-hmm.
Nancy
And
Drew
reading
and Evil
chat as you're
CJ.
going down the damn road. I mean,
Yeah.
it's totally irresponsible. Everything about this is there's something wrong.
And it's not normal to like get that obsessed with a child you've never met. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
It has to be the fact that it was in her area. She got an influx of views off of it and she's riding it out. I mean, even like the tree, we watched this tree. First off, it's not even good to have your car running that long. But we sit here and it's 4 hours of incoherent ramblings. I'm sorry. I'm just
It
as
really
respectful
is.
as I can say it
It's
is
like you
all
said,
circle
filling a
talk.
void. Mm-hmm.
I mean, does
Filling a
anyone
void.
actually walk
Very
away from the
dangerous.
end of the stream saying, "Oh my god, that, she
Right. That
made
was
so
so
much sense
informative.
out of something for me."
No. Mm-mm. I try to listen, and it's a lot of like I said, just
She
rambling. It's
talks
like
in
circle.
clusters is what she does, and it's really
Yes,
confusing.
yes, she absolutely does.
It's like she's thinking what all these random thoughts that are running through her head
Yes,
and
and
all
only
these
some
things,
come
and
out.
she's speaking them. Yeah,
Only some come out, and she
sporadic. Yeah.
yeah, it's really manic.
Let's do me a favor though. Don't write like you think she's on Adderall or you think she's on cocaine or you think she's. Don't do any of that. All right. I mean, we can all have our inner thoughts. Let's fight them back today. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a circle jerk. It is. So let's listen. So right here is when she's going to start this call. Like after how many hours did she ask her chat for the number and never once look down and grab the number from them?
It was really
Th-
frustrating. It was
It
like, okay,
was.
call it already. You're procrastinating here.
She doesn't complete a full thought. No, and it was odd too because like I said, it was very it was very like, oh, there's a tip line. Oh, I know about the tip line. There's 4 tip lines. Oh, I didn't know about a tip line. Let's call it a tip line. Who called a tip line?
Yeah,
Anybody have
now
the number
there's
of tip line?
4? What?
Right. Oh,
Where's
right.
the other 3 being advertised?
Right. And again, on a news article, they did not advertise this tip line. Yes, I do, Skinny, and I'll tell you why. Because she's making it through being live all the time. You make it that way, but also when she's saying things like, "Oh, my tires were flattened, and I need a new printer, and now I need ink, and I need more paper, and the gas
I
it
need
costs."
$400 for 50 yard signs. How about
Right.
that?
And when they drag that girl Cheryl, and then she's like, "Do you know how much it is to get a rental?" And then all of a sudden she said, "Do you know I had to change all my tires on my car?" And
Right.
yeah,
And then she brings
yeah,
up the
in the
wear and
same.
tear on her car. And yeah, so she's getting a lot of cash outs from people that, want Sebastian found is yeah, absolutely. She's making money.
Somebody commented on her community post because she shared that video yesterday, and they said, "Did you get my messages to take down your videos? People are making fun of you." And then someone said she got it. She took them down. Now she
Well,
put them back up, but she still is a disgrace.
well, nobody was making fun of her. It was just very
No, they weren't.
for somebody who cares to, you got to remember this lady's telling all of us, I got to find this kid. I got to find this kid. But then
Well,
she's going to disrespect his memory by naming things particular to his case on her little
his
prank call.
trauma, yeah, that we
Right.
heard about.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, underwear. I need underwear. It's just
Minecraft socks, the ant hills.
Here's another comment. Said you need to take a break, and she replied 19 hours ago and said, "Why would I take a break? He has to be found."
Say, she's using him
Oh wait,
for
there's
her own
Uncle
addiction.
Taco's wife. Uncle Taco's wife says, "Terry Lynn, you don't need a break. You need to ignore the stupid ass people who aren't doing anything at all. They sit on their asses, talk shit, and haven't done anything. Keep doing what you know you should, and ignore the rest."
First off, just because we're not in the location to look doesn't mean we're not doing anything.
I think it's funny that Uncle Taco's wife popped in here, though.
No, absolutely agree. Because I think they're all intertwined. No, I'm not making fun either. But then she went on this whole thing about her children's lives being threatened. And I will go as far as say I believe that. I've had it done to me. But then you don't tell everybody you're outside of the home for 12 plus hours. You know
And
what
when
I
she
mean?
went live that one time, and she went and she actually cammed up, and she looks like she's sophisticated. Like if you look at her, you know what I mean, her physical attributes, she looks like she's got it together. But when you listen to her, she sounds it's a whole different entity.
Yeah, I don't recall ever really seeing her, to be honest.
I saw her not that long ago. She went live when she was what was she exposing? I don't know what she was exposing. She was exposing something, and she was on live for a couple
Look what
hours.
Seymour just said. Last night, Betty was saying a belt is $10 and she has every right to hit her kids, albeit non existent. However, look at how she spoke on Chris Proudfoot and the belt issue. Oh,
Gross. That's just gross.
that's what I mean. You'll see that with a lot of people. They pick and choose a narrative based on who they like and who they don't. And if they, she doesn't like Chris, so it's a big deal. He used the belt, but we hear that Seth did the same thing, and now it's okay to hit with a belt.
Chris,
It's just,
not Seth.
well, there's rumors that Seth has abused Sebastian as well.
Oh,
which is
not with a
why
belt,
Betty.
though.
Oh, okay. Which is why Betty's saying, if I want to hit my kid with a belt, yeah.
No,
'cause
that
now
was just his hand.
discipline's okay if it's based on somebody you like, right? I mean, come on.
That was just his hand. Seth used his hand.
Yeah, well, he actually saved Sebastian. Don't be silly.
Right. It was a bumper. Come on now.
She had tires slashed on 2 cars. I didn't hear about the
Come
second.
on.
I only heard about the one and
See?
Charlie's car.
Charlie too? Come on. Who is Charlie? Who the hell was he? Did anyone ever see him on camera?
Charlie bit me. Charlie
No, I
bit
don't
me.
even know who Charlie is. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't either. Did he have a channel? Was he a YouTuber? Was he just a guy?
Yeah, who is Charlie?
Him?
I mean, I'm generally asking because I don't watch her much, so I don't know who Charlie is.
Boobs.
Boobs
She
on the
almost
ground.
has like remember the Amber Heard, like what is it, histrionic personality kind
Yeah,
of
they're
like, yeah, like because you don't know the story, but she believed it. Like Amber Heard was actually in her mind, she's believing it, but it's obvious to other people that there's something else going on.
This Charlie's like Howie.
right, just a name.
Yeah, Charlie's not CJ, Evil CJ.
Huh.
But how did Charlie get brought in and where did he come from? Does anybody know that watched it?
P. Fox is saying Charlie's the guy that was searching with CJ.
Oh, I don't know about that. I know he searched with Terry Lynn. Did Terry Lynn search with CJ too?
He was always asking for gas to search and film the drive live. Started with evil CJ, then they fell out. Oh, and then he picked up with Terry.
Was he an
Okay.
older guy? I think he was an older gentleman,
sure.
wasn't he?
I don't know. I never saw him.
Spivvy
I
says she
saw.
was not even driving her own car at the time. Her car was in the shop to have the AC fixed. So how and who would know that she was driving someone else's car? I don't believe her. Like to well, and then here, like,
Dude,
so
if
who?
you got your tires slashed, you'd be posting those pictures.
Right, and she never showed them or
Said it was a
anything,
screwdriver in the tire.
but
That's what I
never
heard.
showed it. Why couldn't if she films? Why couldn't she just get out and film and say,
Well,
"Look,
wouldn't
look
you
what
need
happened
one for the
here"?
police report, like a picture?
Is there a police
Yeah.
report?
Well, there should be.
And you know how hard it is to puncture a tire that with a screwdriver?
I mean, if someone's sticking screwdrivers in your tires, you'd think you'd file a police report.
Police
unless
report.
You just don't trust.
And shortly after that was the
Right.
whole threat against her child too. So surely there'd be a police report. Yeah, that's the guy. Charlie's the guy. People bought him a boat and everything. Then he just disappeared. I remember that now.
Someone gave him $1,500 for a boat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, she didn't make a police report because she doesn't trust law enforcement, remember? So that's what I'm saying. It's like a
Well, no, she
catch.
says she doesn't trust Sumner County. She didn't say she doesn't
Oh,
trust law.
Sumner County.
Just Sumner. Yeah.
She doesn't
Mm.
live in Hendersonville, which she told me she did.
Ah.
She lives like 15 minutes away. I mean, it's close, but she does not live in Hendersonville.
Well, and then she said it took a month to get her tires fixed. I mean, come on. Lot Lizard and vulgar talk. Geiger disappeared too. They all do. Who searched for a child constantly joking about lot lizards and vulgar? I don't listen to her much. I don't know if she's had vulgar talk, but I do know this phone call. Let me push play. So for those, a lot of people didn't hear it. I didn't realize they didn't
Yeah,
hear
we've
it.
been rambling.
Yeah.
haven't we?
Sorry. I'll let you guys hear it before we go further.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe that she called. I mean, I'm not going to call the woman a liar and say that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know Granny. Like, I don't know her. But what I'm trying to say is this right here. And I don't know her, but I don't know what number she called.
Well,
If anybody can get me that number, if they get me that number, I'm going to ask it. Because if somebody can get me the number, I'm calling the tip line. I ain't got no tip. So is it, wait, well, I don't know what, wait. So people call you back? I ain't giving them my whoa, wait a minute. I'm not giving them my info.
just to prove, because I do hear people saying that I never called the tip line number and that it was actually like me and you, Jay, orchestrated this and we had somebody on the other line and it's all fabricated. I'm going to
Okay.
show proof. Right, I know. Okay. And like
You showed the number.
And yeah, it happened as naturally as it could happen. Like I never, but I am going to send my own proof to show you in a second. Although I know most of you know the truth, but okay. So let's just
Keep playing, Granny.
Yes, ma'am. Sure am.
Mm.
What's with the growling?
I don't know. It's constant. This
Who
is
is
a
that
Terry Lynn
Crystal
live.
girl? Because I mean, I'm sorry.
Who's that Crystal girl?
What the hell?
Oh my god. Oh,
Look, here's the
that's so
number.
weird.
615-502-1925. If you look at their tip line, this is the number I called. This is her texting me on Saturday. Thanks for getting Ellie at my door. Since Ellie took it, everyone should see more facts. Sebastian.team. I realize now you probably work for the Proudfoot. That's okay. It goes on and on. More to come. Let's get some truth out there at this moment. I'm so thankful for you. It's unbelievable. This is the number. I
Okay,
mean,
so that tells me too that they consider their people working for Seth. The way they worded that. You're
right,
working for the
working for Proudfoot.
Proudfoots. We
Right.
haven't seen anybody doing shit for the Proudfoots.
Right. And that's where I almost responded. So with utmost respect, that's just, no. My intents were real. The only person I'm working for, Sebastian, is you, ma'am. But then I was told don't even respond. It's a setup. So if anybody thinks I'm lying, I mean, this is the damn tip line number texting me right here. She called me before this too. I didn't answer. I was food shopping.
She was
I got
playing on
scared.
your feelings.
I know.
Nothing more than feelings.
Because
That
I mean,
noise, like
I wear
who is
my
it
feelings
growling?
on my sleeve, and people know how to, they
Yeah, I mean,
they
you
know
kept
what they're doing.
apologizing. I don't think she has bad intent. They knew
Right.
what to play on.
And that's what she was doing. So yeah, she tried calling my phone that day. I didn't answer. I actually hit ignore, and then this text came through, and I thought, well, good. Ellie should be at your door. I thought you work with Ellie. You know what I mean? So anybody who's saying I didn't call that number, I mean, there it is, right there.
Terry Lynn is younger than me, guys. She's not elderly.
Oh my God, they calling her elderly?
She's
You
younger
guys,
than
she's
me.
not. She's not old.
I'm
That
50
was so
and she's
weird.
younger than me.
Yeah. They
Wow.
text you back, but you called with a spoof. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's the actual tip line. I have no reason to lie, but I did not want any of what transpired to transpire.
I
so.
called the tip line with my Google Voice number.
Yeah, that was smart of you.
Yeah.
I wasn't
And
as smart.
they texted
She
it back
messaged me
and they
back
called
too.
it back.
She messaged me back, and then I said, well, I just wanted to double, I sent a text message. I didn't, speak to her because I didn't want, nope, I don't want any of that on my
I
shoulders.
didn't even know you
It's
could text.
scary. Is it? Wait, would you have been like a little nervous, scared to call and
Oh
talk?
yeah, that's why I was
Yeah,
responding
thank
because
you.
she called back and I said I just wanted to check to see if this is still a valid tip line, and I just said that simply, and then she said yes it is, and I said, well, I hope that if things work out, just kind of doing something like kind of polite and nice, and then she messaged me back I think the next day, and she says we have some new tip information, some new leads or something on the and I put it on the website, she said. And I said, okay, thank you. And I put some praying hands and I left it be. I don't
That's
want
weird.
any of that on my shoulders. I don't want a phone
That is
call.
weird. But they texted me too, and they said they were going to call me, but they were just going to listen.
See,
I
that's
said,
odd
please
too.
call me back. And they said, okay, I'll call you back, but I'm just going to listen.
See, that's strange. The cops went there because I reported my conversation with her to the cops, to TBI and to the cops. It was very unbelievable.
You did the right thing.
Yeah, I feel like I did too. So let's go back to the girl and Helen. All right. Let's forward her a little bit.
Okay.
I would rather have no camera on than stare at this shaky ground. That would drive me
that's
nuts.
Weird. Very weird. Okay, so I'm going to call this tip line then. I'm calling the tip line. And apparently it's the same damn tip line that I guess that has been set up before. And I'm going to call it. So whoever's answering that tip line right there is the
Is what?
Right, is what? Say
Is
it.
what? Spit it out. End of the cluster.
She went from not knowing who the tip line even existed to about to say whoever's answering it.
Fucking talking in code, man. It drives me crazy.
Granny, she keeps the camera on so her viewers feel involved. I understand that, but that's too much. That, like, for your eyes and shit, to stare at the gravel like that, like shaking. I get it, but sometimes it's okay to turn our cameras off.
I think she starts to tell on herself, and that's why she stops. It's like she does those sudden stops.
Right.
She starts to tell on herself, and then she's like, "Oh snap!" and she catches herself.
Yeah, I guess so. Just for you, because I don't know who runs it. I didn't have a name to give them, so I don't know. Maybe they were familiar with the voice or something.
It's a recording, though. It's a Google Voice recording.
Yeah, but not when you speak to the actual person. I know, the moaning again. The fuck is? Sorry, my language, my lord. But whoa.
But she never speaks with anybody.
Oh my god! Stop.
Look at that, Jay. On the 14th, all right, So she calls yesterday, right? Was it yesterday that I played board games or the night before?
Played
So
what?
on the board games, that's how I remember because I was beating everybody's butt and sorry.
Okay.
So on the 15th is when she called, right? Didn't know about tip line. What's this about a tip line? She has no idea about tip line. But on the 14th, she called into Justice for All and said mom was not the tip line.
Her
She
mom,
actually-
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Because
I
her
was like,
mom,
wait a minute. Why is she coming out saying her mom's not the tip line when
line.
no one said it was?
Who accused it of being?
I don't know. I forgot.
Do you know nonsense?
Who's
Who
mom?
accused
Her
her
mom?
mom? Yeah. Do you know
called
who
that
accused her
nonsense?
mom of
Good
being?
job.
I would love to know who supposedly accused her mom of being the tip line.
Good catch.
Nonsense. I love your chronological
So I
way
can't
you do
believe
your
that.
stuff.
To
Dude,
say,
I've
oh, it
started
wasn't my
watching some of her
mom.
stuff. Nonsense. I know you don't care for me because of Steph the dog handler, but I think that you're brilliant on some of the stuff you're figuring out here.
The way she chronologically puts everything together, because we
Yeah,
get
I
lost
can't-
and
I
all we got to
can't
go
keep
is
that
go to
shit
her
straight.
channel and we can figure it out.
I really want to know
not putting it
who
up.
the hell was accusing her mom. Because I didn't hear anybody accuse it of being her mom.
No one said it.
Oh.
Yikes.
Wow.
Stop self-snitching.
Self-snitching.
Yeah, that's my point. That's weird. Yeah, so
Yes, we said Seth's
yeah,
mom.
that's a little.
But I'll tell you what, we all said it sounded like Seth's mom, Robin, but I'll tell you what, I'm not going to lie, it sure as fuck does sound like Terry's mom, but I never said that shit publicly. I don't even think I ever said it privately.
You know, somebody once told me a long time ago, they said, if you stay quiet long enough, people end up telling on themselves. They'll tell their agenda, but they'll act like it's somebody else. But they're telling you their agenda
Well,
subconsciously.
To be fair,
Potato has a theory. She thinks that the tip line could be Tony's wife.
and had a very heavy Southern accent. I don't know. It
You
sounded
need
just
someone
like
from Texas, though, because there's a difference between Texas and Tennessee accents.
no, and to be fair, there's a whole way it came to my conclusion about being Terry's mom because a name gets thrown out there, and that name is connected, and there's this whole big roundabout. Oof. Okay. Yeah, but nobody said her mom.
Exactly
so it's
what
funny
it is, a roundabout.
that she went.
Just one big roundabout.
She went to defend her mom when nobody said it was her mom. That's a little.
Why would you even put that out there?
Right. What made you even think anybody would think it was her mom? Because again, we all thought it was Robin Rogers. Huh. Okay.
Oh, weird.
Well, first off, this woman told me that she's a neighbor and that the mayor's friend asked her to set it up. And who keeps bringing up the mayor? Come on, Terry, get us to it.
Very weird. It's weird.
You can speed it up. You won't miss nothing.
The growling.
Oh, I've been involved in the searches. I do my own search. So that's, yeah, I'm not involved in any of that.
I'm getting dizzy.
I'm not involved in any of
Yeah.
that. Who said you were?
Right.
Okay, so when is this going to be? I don't know nothing about it, to be honest. Mm-hmm.
See how she gives doubt to their searches, though, but don't you dare doubt hers. A little hypocritical.
Okay.
I am dizzy.
All right, okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this tip line.
All right.
All right. Well,
All right.
Just keep me updated
do
because I don't.
What can we have the camera up?
No, because we can't see
No,
where
because
she's
then
at.
you'll see landmarks. Yeah. You'll
Oh,
see landmarks.
is that in? Did she say that before, or we just?
I don't know.
It's just based on the way she just showed trees and parking lots and the ground. Like, I mean, she doesn't really show anything because then you can identify kind of where she is. There's not really a way to prove where she's at.
So the viewers don't.
I did not see anything like that at all. Didn't see nothing. I'll say it. Never seen nothing, and it's disrespectful for anybody to say that they were. And they are not gang members. Those are MCs. So, yeah.
Talking about the motorcycle gang.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I'm gonna call you back because I'm calling this tip line.
She's on the phone with somebody right now.
Stuff. I need a damn dog. I need a dog. Absolutely. I'm out here searching. I need a damn dog. What?
Hey, Spooky.
I searched. What do you mean? No, I've been doing.
I ain't trying to get struck.
What if she's
well,
not talking to
I need a
anybody?
dog.
She's just talking to
I need a
herself,
dog.
making it sound like she's talking to
Need a dog.
somebody.
So let me know I need a dog. All right. Bye, baby. All right. Well, I told her to tell him I need a damn dog.
Maybe she called the tip line runner to let them know she's about to call the tip line. And she keeps repeating,
Oh.
I need a dog, I need a dog. Because when she calls the tip line, she says, I need a dog.
Like, don't
Mhm.
answer it. I'm going to call this tip
I'm
line.
calling this tip line. I need a dog, I need a dog, I need a dog. And then calls the tip
Mm.
line and says, I need a dog.
Yep.
Could be. I'm just saying.
It's all this code
I'm
talk.
crazy, I know. Okay, let me find that damn number because I'm calling it when I get in here.
She still don't have the number. It's been written for 2 hours.
No, I'm calling and talking to that woman. I don't know. What are y'all doing?
See? Right there.
That
we just told
woman.
her.
Or do y'all not want me to call the damn thing? Oh, woo! It's hot. I need a dog. It's the dog in me. I gotta find the number though before I can call it. I really do have to have the number. Oh shit! She put the number in.
If ADHD had a channel, this is what it would look like. This is too much
Yes.
going on. It's giving me anxiety.
Oh hell! I don't even know what the hell that is. Oh shit! It's hot, and it's hot.
It's
Wait,
hot.
what? Miss Nightbot? Hold
Dog,
on.
dog, and
Granny.
hot. Yes.
Granny, hold on.
Okay.
This is Miss Nightbot, Jax 215. I know her. They text me on that line saying meow.
Shut up. Can you send me a picture of that? Can you send a
She
screenshot of
kept
that?
saying meow. Yep, she kept saying
But she
meow.
kept
Meow.
Well,
Mhm.
shut it down because she's not the only one that said meow. That Truth Not Feelings would say
She
meow
said
a lot.
meow all the time too.
All the time.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, she
Listen,
said that a lot on those prank calls. Meow.
I would need proof of that
Yeah,
screenshot.
can you email that? Either send it to
Thank
me.
you.
If you have my email, send it to me and I'll forward it, or send it to Granny. Where's your email at? She can find it.
Yeah, we need to see that.
I've known Miss Nightbot for quite some time. I don't think she'd be.
No, I don't think she's lying either. I just don't want anybody to say,
No, for
you
sure.
just,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have
I think
stopped you for
the
that.
ones
but
that watch from the bushes, I think, are the most probably reliable sources because they don't really get
Well,
engrossed in the chat.
they're not from the bushes. They're
I
always in
like
chat, to be
kitties,
fair.
but not her
No, but I'm
kitty.
just saying, like ones that
Yeah,
don't
the
really
whole I
comment
like
too much in
kitty.
the chat. Yeah.
I like kitties, but not her kitty. Now we've got her saying meow, and now we got the tip line saying meow. Come on.
Well, and again, Truth Not Feelings would say meow a lot too, and people are always like, "What's up with them with this meow shit?" And we're like,
Sure
"I don't
did.
know."
He did it
was
on
like,
my panel.
It's like a hidden fucking symbolism between them all or something. This is
It's
weird.
Fucking weird.
Now I
Sorry,
am.
Excuse my French.
Hand out the tinfoil hats because I am deep in it right now. This
right.
is weird.
I'm just gonna start passing them out. Everybody, grab your tinfoil hat.
We got the
They've
meows.
Like, what's her name?
They've been
What is the name of that
sanitized
channel that she wears her
since last
tinfoil
live.
hat all the time?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I like that channel. In fact, she probably took that people thought it was Steph's mom's site, turn into her mom to benefit her.
Or she's just trying to get
Keep
in
in
front
it.
of something.
Keep in it, right? Maybe she sure's feelings. Oh Lord, now we're really down the rabbit holes. I know.
This kid.
I couldn't believe when they weirdly said, like, I like cats, just not hers. She sits at home with cats. Man, I got one damn cat, and I'm
I
sure
like
not
kitties,
home all day.
just not her.
And you know
I
how
don't
she
think they were
mumbles? She
talking
goes,
about animals.
yeah, and she goes, that's weird. That's weird. I know I'm crazy. That's weird.
Oh.
Like,
News got me thinking about truth. Right, that's
I don't
what
think
I'm
they're
saying,
talking
Laura.
about animals, y'all.
No, some people took it as a different thing too. I wasn't too sure.
I mean,
I don't
considering
know.
all of the nasty innuendos that have been put out there by these people, I mean, everybody's mind goes there too because it's
weird.
just been gross. One gross
they
thing
could just
after
be
another.
easy code words, like to be able to give each other's like signals, like, hey,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right, Chatty. Right. Oh, Kimberly. All right. Let's.
You'll have to put that number
While
in.
we wait for
I
the
can't
email.
see it. That's it, and it's hot.
I don't know people that are meowing, to be honest.
A pickle bag.
No one in my world meows.
Mm-mm.
I feel like a hooker.
Not in mine either.
Okay, hold on. Thank you. Well, hell, if I do that, well, shit. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm doing it. Hold on.
Oh my God. Did it take her that long to make a phone call that she was just talking on?
I know.
Do I do it once? Oh, hell, I don't even know. Yes. Hold on. All right, let me try it again.
I think she processes information out loud too.
Oh, please.
You got to listen to the mumblings though, because she I don't know what
Okay,
this is. I don't.
02,
Right.
1925. What the hell am I telling you? Well, hold on.
No humans.
What the hell am I telling it?
And Google Voice will try to connect you.
What? Rhonda.
Rhonda. That's who she calls Michaela. That's Michaela's nickname.
Telling it. Oh shit. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. What am I telling it though? Shit. Oh my god. I did. But what am I telling it? Oh my god. It's just ringing. Oh damn. They ain't gonna answer this phone. Give me a tip.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hello, I need me a dog there, honey. Please call me back. But I'm not giving you my phone number. Thank you.
First thing she
Do you hear
says,
her voice fluctuates too?
she says that to the person she's speaking on the phone with before she calls this phone. She says about 5 times, I need a dog. I need a dog. Then she calls this line and says, hi there, I need a dog. Call me back, but I'm not giving you my phone number. Is there something bigger? Is there something smaller? I don't know.
Her voice sounds different. Her whole
Well,
dialect of the way she spoke too was different.
Well,
Like
she's
it,
doing that
I
to
don't know. It
troll.
had a more,
That's a troll,
Yeah.
is what she's doing. Yeah, that's it. But, you know, the whole dog thing. I mean, come on.
I'm not giving them my damn number, y'all.
That's
Okay.
call number 1.
What kind of boat? I don't even know what kind of boat. What is a boat? Name a boat. Name a boat. Name a boat. Shit, name a boat.
After the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Lisa Lou. Name a boat. Okay, John Boat. Thank you. With sonar. John Boat, a kayak with. Shit, hold on. Y'all better hold on. A John Boat. Oh shit. They're not answering now, damn it. I need
They
a
didn't
John
answer
Boat with
before
sonar.
either.
And sonar. A yacht. Shit. A yacht, a John Boat, a kayak. Oh my god. Okay, yes.
The Google subscriber you have called is not available.
Why won't she
Please
answer
leave a
me?
message after the tone.
I need a John Boat with sonar, a yacht, a drone, a kayak, a fishing pole at this point with some lures. Is this a tip line? What kind of tip? I'm not motor boating. I'm a carrier of Google, and I need the dog. I'm going to piss my pants. What the hell? Patroon and an RV. Once upon a time, I don't know. Santa Claus's hotline, satellite access. I need a canoe. Tony's little tip. What the hell? Lizards are green. Laugh my ass off. What? Satellite NASA. I need an outhouse. I laugh out loud. You need a harpoon. I'm a lot lizard and rusty thongs and crystal clear. Open fisherman, Mako, Pickle Park, GoPro, You sound like you've been hitting the bottle. Starlink. Don't forget a paper cut. What the hell? Please leave your message after the beep. Space Cadet, GoPro. They're going to know who this is. Starlink phone. Did I make this crystal clear? See it, believe it. Left a pair of underwears.
I'm going to pause for a moment because here's the thing to remember too. They are going to know who called because she's in with all of them, right? So Seth knows her voice. People know her voice. So they're going to know it's her. She keeps saying about they're not answering. Well, it's a Google line. You leave the message, they call back. So, of course, they're not going to answer because they don't answer they don't answer this portion. They can't call back because she's not giving a number.
I need a pontoon boat for motor boating and toilet paper. This is making me crack up. We need Sebastian. Don't forget the brassiere. Laugh out loud. And I think that is beep. The rest of a SAR, oh my God, list and condos. Call me back on 1-800 Planted Pants. Snacks 2, listen, Linda. They have your phone number. Tit for tat. Condoms. What the hell? Panties, thongs. A beaver, a clown shoe, a pickle sniffer. Leave.
Now, what her chat is writing is how they really feel, all right? I know she's reading her chat without a doubt. But why is her chat writing such highly inappropriate things when, again, regardless if the tip line is credible or not, Sebastian is real. Sebastian is real. He's a real 15-year-old boy that led to this phone call, and the chat is saying the most asinine, weird things that anybody could think of, which is highly inappropriate when, again, is surrounding a missing 15-year-old child. Do I think that
And if they
Terry
were
Lynn,
concerned about Sebastian, they wouldn't be saying things like that. Yeah.
not this type of stuff, and do I think Terry Lynn got caught up in her chat and thought it was funny and probably realizes she made a mistake? I'd like to hear her say that because it wasn't appropriate. Exactly. Exactly,
message.
Lori.
Snacks. I'm about to piss my pants. 1-800-BITE me at 1202. Wipes for swamp ass. She's hilarious. After the beat, condoms. Tap that tip. What the hell's this name? Minecraft socks. What the hell? And a new green screen. What? Walk around. I'm busy until 1202. Lubes.
You know, that's the other thing, AP, and I knew somebody would yell at me if I said it. But yes, why does everybody closest to Seth Rogers has such a sexual mind? It's weird. I'm sorry. There's an undertone to all of it.
Crystal clear.
She doesn't
small
sound
penis,
very-
sweet tea. Damn, I'm crying.
Sorry, my bad. My
No,
bad.
it's okay. Go
She
ahead.
doesn't. She doesn't sound very like when she's like, "What? Huh?" Like, she doesn't sound very shocked by the things that are popping in her chat.
No,
You know, she's
not at
trying to.
all.
It sounds like she's trying to sound that way, but it's not believable. Like, she's like, "What? What does that say?" Like, she knows what she's
Right.
saying. She's strategically reading these words and scrolling through up and down her chat.
She knows, yeah. ND, thank you. Thank you. That is a huge difference between my chat and hers. My chat was all, we were all like, oh my gosh. And hers is like, oh, make this joke, make that joke, inappropriate jokes. Different. I mean, and it goes on, goes on.
Can I make a point real quick,
bigger
Randy?
than 1202.
Yep.
The ones that want to say, oh, she's just reading her chat like she wasn't thinking about it. This is a woman who can drive down the road and read her chat and respond.
Right. She
So
knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she plays this country bunkin.
Oh,
thing.
it's in your email, Jay.
Okay, I'll forward it to you.
She does
Thank you,
play this
Jax.
country bunkin thing. Yep, you're right. And
Yeah,
this is her
this country
second call.
bunkin. I'm just a stupid country bunkin out here looking for a kid.
Yep. I'm so glad others understand because that's all I was saying is, listen, I know it's uncomfortable to face, but there is, and has always been this undertone, and it's there. It's there. Like, I'm not going to be gaslit that it's not, and that I brought it here. Nope.
Berry pickle sniffers. Need a boat. Snacks. The gray cat's innocent. Starlitos. Flashlights. What did I just come into? Laugh out loud. They hung up on my ass.
No, first off, we would have heard it beep at the end, and then it says if you'd like to continue, push 1. If you'd like to leave this message, whatever. I don't even know if I believe she's even dialing that number. How do we know she's not calling who she called beforehand? How do we, how they hung up? They didn't hang up. They never answered. Did they even get these messages? Something's weird about it all. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. I just read what y'all said, dum-dums. Popsicles. Well, they can't call me back because y'all told me to hit star 60 freaking 7. The hell, I'm not going to get any of that shit now. Thanks a lot. I need the yard signs, too. Fuck, I'm calling them back. Shit.
This is third call.
Hold on, please. This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. She knows it's
Calling it
ridiculous.
back.
No, she's calling from a blocked number.
Will answer me, bimbos. What do you...
They can't answer the tip line. They call back.
My name, ha ha ha, hilarious.
It's a female? I don't hear it. Southern hell. Oh. This is third call. Third call. What's the title? Join me. Join me, chat, and search for Sebastian Rogers, vanished, missing, Tennessee, Hendersonville, MS. This is the title.
Phone, old lady.
I think we figured out Sebastian is not behind this tree or behind these bushes.
What the hell? This is ridiculous. Just answer it, bimbo.
Just answer it, bimbo.
Your call is not available.
Okay.
Please leave a message after the tone.
Okay, yes. And I forgot to ask for a C and a D. I'm late and balls. And it's hot. And I'm going to pee my britches. And what else does it say I need a cat with a mouse, a brassiere. Just read the Bohemian Rhapsody lyrics, scout the phone number, yard signs, billboards, car magnets, bracelets. Call back and cancel previous request. I need all this stuff. Something with the F word. Cow in the woods. Need a mattress. Oh my God, got me like. I need a TV, screen pump. Your car's going to be surrounded by straight jack.
I need a mattress. Then she claims she found a mattress. I mean, are these really jokes? I get it. The tip line is their own little personal BS line that spews out tips that we shouldn't know. But is this appropriate when we're talking about an actual child that disappeared? That's all.
The way it's being drug on, yeah.
I mean, we need a mattress. Then she claims she found a mattress. I mean, there's a lot of weird things being stated.
Jackets.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dipped chocolate cones. A vibrator.
A vibrator.
Sona can't pronounce this.
A vibrator.
These are all requests, by the way, or tips. I don't know. Signs.
You see how she's strategically passing up certain words and then she's saying the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
Champions. We're champions. Tony's balls. We need just some tidy whities. What the hell? A horse. Eminem's body. No. How about those fresh eyes? We need fresh eyes. Is that crystal clear? Mona Lisa. They're coming to take you away. Bug spray. Pick me nose. What the hell? Dogs. Dappers. I'm not leaving my number. Sonar. I'm a goat.
I can't help but wonder if it's a deflection as well.
Yeah. Her reaction and her response to certain words are not, they don't sync up the way they should sync up. Like, you know how people watch body language? It doesn't seem like they sync up. They're not syncing up like they should be. Like if you were honestly shocked by something or this and that. She's saying, what the hell to tidy whities, but she didn't say anything about vibrator.
Right. She's not shocked. That call, no matter the recipient, is harassment. I mean, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
I'm
1202.
pregnant.
Liquid IVs.
What?
And yeah.
Was it 1202 that this was happening? Why does that number keep coming up?
And handcuffs. Cat piss.
Handcuffs.
Let me make this crystal clear. Law enforcement asked me not to comment. For real tip lines about a mattress. We are lot lizards, but we don't. What? Toss salad. Okay. They're going to think you're crazy. You're funny crazy. Garage footage. Sniffing fish. I don't know what that means. Left a pair of my undies there. Regina.
Tossed salad. Left a pair of my undies. I mean, come on. These are all sexual undertones. During, again, whether it's a troll line or a setup tip line or not, this is still based around Sebastian. And I have people calling me out. Oh, that's right. I have people calling me out for receiving. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I think this is going to happen all Sunday night. What in the fudge? You're going to get busted. Water dog. Woof, woof. Food. Night vision glasses. 2 left feet. Something that sniffs. Pickle parking passes. Cat toys.
Every time she says dog, anything to do with a dog, she gets her voice elevates.
If you don't mind. Thank you, hon. And dog treats. I'm going to need Alpo and not O'Roy because my dogs don't like O'Roy because I don't have dogs.
It was 5 times.
I've circled every one of them parking lots. Where's the pickle bag? A leash. I need to be on a leash. Where's my dog? And Brinks and be right back. Please no HIPAA violations, catnip, and someone. We need the truth. Please don't forget the pizza. I think I've cracked my ribs by laughing.
So that's pretty much it. And then next, she's going to go in.
Every time she says dog, you see she said water dog and she goes, woo, woo.
Right.
She says.
And next she's going to go and, then she does a whole call where she's asking for pizza and breadsticks and all these stupid things. Tim, I don't care. Why don't Laura check herself on the fact that she says at least 100 times she's not going to do drama. I'm only going to do true crime. I'm not going to do drama. And then 20 minutes later, she's screaming about drama. Okay. Again, I feel this is important. I'm going to speak on it. I think this is very important. I think it is important what we heard in the beginning about, oh, they found things of interest. I think it's important that Trey comes out and tells us all how the sonar should be run and why these searches aren't actually searches. I don't care what she thinks about it. How about that? Clock your own content. While on a line. Yeah, it's just highly inappropriate. It goes 2 more times, but I am running out of time because I have things to do today. But it's gross. It's gross. It's inappropriate. Sebastian was lured. All the people would need to do is show the shit and some of his dad things to him, and he will believe they don't want him. He will 100% believe they don't want him home. No one cares and no one is looking. That is heartbreaking to think of. I know. Me too. It's too much. I can only take small dosage.
Yeah. Because it seems like he's just being used to hit Sebastian's name, and everything about that's supposed to define who Sebastian is being used to exploit everything and everybody else.
Right. He's
You
been
know?
exploited this whole time. It's absolutely ridiculous. This didn't just develop. It's just no one's been watching. Which part up? I don't know what you're referring to. Like I said I want to speak unless I felt something of importance came up, and I feel this is important. I feel like Seth Rogers is setting up a next grift, and if there's other actual professionals that are going to call it out and they're going to tell you what's wrong with the scene, I'm going to call it out too and show you all as well. Disagree or not, doesn't make my post in a lie by any
I'd rather
means.
it be at this platform and you calling it all out at once versus 7 different channels saying 7 different things and everybody's confused even more. If you can iron it all out in one, kind of just, throw out all the stuff that's not legitimate or doesn't seem legitimate in one place, then it's easier to get the information out, the misinformation away and the right information in.
Right. Right. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you all agree. I honestly don't care what people like her disagree. I knew that would happen. It's the first thing I said this morning. I know there are going to be people that say, "Oh, well, Granny, you said." Yes, I said unless I felt something was important. That's what I said, and I feel this is
You know
important.
what? A lot of people are going to say you were Terry Lynn's friend, which I'm getting. You're
Are
her
they doing
friend.
that to you?
She said, yeah. She said, you're her friend. How dare you, da, da, da. I don't know her any more than you guys do. I had like 2 phone calls and a bunch of
And what I think too is that people didn't have
clustery
a problem
texts.
going to all these different channels and going and running with all the misinformation in the beginning and all throughout this whole time. But then when you're trying to debunk stuff, it seems like it's an issue. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So wait, what were you saying, Jay? She reached out to you with that whole weird email pertaining to the Wasp case, right? She knew all of that.
She knew everything that happened to me with the jail call of Chris Watts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me feel a little weird, but then it also made me feel like, yeah, okay, she has been watching the channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't have any reason at that time, but now that I put it all together and I go back, no, I'm not her friend. I don't know her.
Hindsight.
And I hate when people say that just because you associate with her in the chat or you exchanged a few emails or she wrenched you.
Granny, she said it. Yeah, okay. So she wrenched me. I did not ask. I don't typically wrench on people's channels.
Right.
She wrenched me. And then she was telling people after that panel, that's not a friend. That's not a friend. Talking about
and then
me,
calling you Jaybird.
putting her up there and making her, saying that I sabotaged her up there. She knew who was on panel when she came into the chat and announced herself.
Right. And we were actually all being very fair. I mean, at one point I felt she was
oh my God, I waited 2 hours for text. We were very patient.
Right. Right. No, very patient.
And then I get
the
told,
whole dog
she goes on her
comments
live and she says, that's not a friend. That's not a friend who would do that to you. And it's like, wait, what? You're portraying something that is not there. I'm not your friend. I've never talked personal with you. and she wants to make me look like I'm some backstabbing friend, and it's just
No.
not portrayed right.
Thank you, Bam. Thank you, Kim. I've had people do that to me, and they always over exaggerate our so called friendship. And they do it because it's beneficial to them. And
Mhm.
then, you know,
It
of
makes you
course,
look like you're two-faced and you turn
right,
on people.
right.
It's
And
selfish
actually, in
intention.
my situations, it's them that turn, it's not me. So it's kind of ironic. But people do that. They'll over exaggerate their friendship with you because it's convenient for them. La da da.
Well,
So
and then the
here's
subs see it as, "Oh my god, what kind of person is Jay that she's gonna do this
Mhm.
to a friend?"
she's a grown
And
woman.
chats. Yep, but chance did they go to other chats and then they'll, like a few will put, put that, throw it
"Jay
in there
said this
because they just
about
commented.
you."
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Right.
it just takes off like wildfire.
Well,
But you know
no,
what? As
because
creators, we have to be smarter than that.
right.
We
And she
have
Hmm.
to
came up
not
on
be
your panel,
reactive.
Jay. She came up, she stayed, she went through it all. You were a defender, and you even agreed the next day that you should have done things differently.
Right.
I mean,
That
come
wasn't good
on.
enough. It was
Right.
And I
after I
think this is
said,
productive.
I said, "I wish I would have done things differently," and then she said, "That's not a friend."
Oh,
But see,
wow.
this is
So I
Okay.
productive
couldn't
of,
That's
pick.
how you
interesting.
guys are
So,
processing this information. I think it's good, productive, because then you know what to look out for and you're speaking on it, So like
You
yeah.
have to talk about it. You have to.
yeah.
Oh, thank you for telling me that, Bams. Bams said,
Well,
y'all
and
be
especially
careful. I was subscribed to his channel and had to subscribe again when I just joined chat.
oh, wow.
Thank you. Hey, Artist Creek.
But
I
a
did
lot of
get
that happens too, Jess, like, you know I can't remember what I was gonna say now, never
no,
mind.
about the whole friend, like over exaggerating their friendship, their closeness to you. It happens all the time when it's beneficial for them. And then when it's beneficial to play the victim of you, then, oh, what a horrible well, we were never as close as you alluded anyway. So cut it out. You're
Yeah,
not
and it's
hurt by
tricking
me.
it's tricking the viewers.
It
It's
is.
tricking them, and
It's manipulating them.
and if I don't call it out, then I look like some POS kind of person who formed a friendship with her and then turned on her.
Well, and here's the other thing. Did she form that friendship and made you guys friends in her mind because she knew you'd be one to call out her shadiness? Did she seek
Maybe,
you out intentionally?
maybe to get me in her pocket.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Could be.
Basically using everybody,
And
creators,
I wouldn't have gone
subscribers,
along with it if
everybody.
she was in Tony's pocket. If it was public that she was working alongside with Tony and Seth together, I would have never bought that shit. I would have been like, nope, all done.
Yep. But she also then tried to make us all believe that they fell out. But
Yep.
no, we haven't, Artist Creek.
I
I'm
feel
hoping
like
she
I was
responds.
duped. And
Yeah.
I told my loyal listeners who were in my chat to
You have
go
a right to.
subscribe to her.
Right. So you have a
And
right to come out and say, this is how I now feel.
this is what I've
And I think
figured
it's
out.
manipulating the
Yeah.
subscribers and creators all at the same time.
Right. Nobody did
For,
this
like you
to
said,
her.
for convenience.
She
For
did it on
convenience.
her own. So I did get this message. So it says Terry Lynn was most definitely a PI. Her license was revoked because she was using her software, LexisNexis, or something like that, to look people up and go after them.
Ooh. Yikes.
Yeah. And that was all during her 90-day community crap.
Well, that should be
Excuse me.
public info if she had a license.
Yeah, I guess it would be. I don't know if anybody ever bothered to see. The jealous green-eyed
Is that her
monsters are
real name,
respecting your
though?
every
That
word for
would,
their own twisty-turny non-ten. Oh, I know. They always do. I don't care.
that might, oh, I don't know.
Okay,
You
here we
guys
go.
know more
Verify
than
a
I do.
license. I'm on the website, right? Meow. And
It
yes,
was
I said meow.
here. Not
I
meow.
always say right meow. I don't just randomly go meow.
Just shoot.
But
Yeah,
I
I mean,
say right meow sometimes.
these people were
That'd be
coming
so
out of
weird.
nowhere going meow,
That'd
meow.
be
Like,
so weird
what?
if the website had some type of initials like meow or something.
Well,
MEOW
Sebastian's
or
favorite
something.
animal is a cat.
Right.
Let's not forget.
That's what I said,
Okay, here we
Explorer.
go. Here we
Is
go.
there a reason? I mean, could it have been that she wasn't even leaving messages because it was going too long? Hey, Cambry, go ahead. What'd you find, Jay?
Wait, hold on.
That's what I'm hearing up. She was a spoof call threatening email queen in the 90-day community.
I think when we start
She's
questioning certain things
Goodlettsville,
and
right?
just make a list.
I
You
do
know?
this to a lot of us,
Goodlettsville?
darling. Yeah. A lot of people do that, darling. A lot.
It looks like in 94 she had a cosmetology license.
Oh,
That's Davidson County too. That's the same county that Seth works in. FYI.
oh, very
Goodlettsville
interesting.
is
my
in
Lord.
Davidson.
Mm,
we found the Cheshire cat too down the rabbit hole as well.
right? So you didn't find anything about a PI yet? PI license?
No. Mm-mm, no,
Uh,
nada. All I can find is a cosmetology license from the 90s.
very interesting.
But I don't know how many last names she's had either. So.
Boy, blessed be. Watch out for all these shady characters involved around this missing child. It's not right. It's not right. My main purpose
Shady
today was to show that, despite them saying they found things of interest, yeah, you'll find many things of interest, especially in the water. It doesn't mean it's related to Sebastian. You got legit searchers that do this for a living saying that Seth is not doing it the right way. I do believe they're setting up for their next grab, without a doubt. And then you got Terry Lynn, which say what you will. I mean, I'm hoping to hear what she has to say about this. Was it, stupidity on your part, or is there something deeper at play? I can't figure it out. But I
And I think
do.
that when you're trying to put the puzzle pieces together, that's why there's such deterrent or trying to sabotage certain, creators in certain
Yeah,
situations.
they definitely are. They
All right.
definitely
Thanks,
are.
Granny. I'm going to hop down so you can say your
Yeah, I got to wrap it
goodbyes.
up.
I am
Thank you
too.
for coming up, ladies. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jay. Thank you,
All
Thank
right.
you.
Infamous.
Thank you for keeping
Bye.
it real.
Let me know what you find out, because I'm very curious.
Oh, yeah. We'll
Oh,
talk
Lord.
soon.
All right.
Have a good day, girl.
You as well. Thank you guys for all being meow.
Wait, can I go out with this? Meow.
It's weird.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you. In my opinion, TL has been a huge part of the misinformation has been causing intentional distractions all along. Stephen Crabtree was talking truth about his experience with Tony night before last on TT. Wow. See, I made myself a promise nonsense because it has gotten so deep down these conspiracies and all that I wasn't going to have any part to do with them. But I honestly felt like this was a genuine update that needed to be explained. I see people all over saying they found evidence. They found evidence. It is not evidence. I do not take back what I wrote in my post. I still stand on that. I'm not diving down these rabbit holes. I'm not. I think it's weird. I think it's deeper than we know. It's too much. It is all a distraction. It is purposeful chaos is what they're doing. And I'm not falling for it. But when it comes to actual news reports like that news update, the 25-second clip, and then we have Trey, an actual searcher, coming out and saying what they're doing isn't legit, I'm going to bring that to you. If that makes me a hypocrite, well, you know what? He's already wrote me off as a hypocrite anyway. So mark your box and check it twice. I don't care. Everybody else, I hope it makes you hit the thumbs up. And hopefully I'll see you all back here tomorrow. Hope you all have a good day. Watch out for people that growl and meow. And yeah, stay safe out here. There's a lot of intentional distractions going on. There's no doubt in my mind. If it wasn't for you, Granny, I'd still be watching that fake caller channel. Oh, thank you, Twiddle D. Steven was saying he's been searching those same areas too. Crabtree absolutely, I think, is realizing how deep this is too. That's what nonsense. I'm sorry, but this is very, very deep. Right, Janae, why? That's what I'm afraid to find out. That's what I'm afraid to explore. It is too deep, and they're setting out to like throw us all off. And I think they're setting out to cause a lot of infighting. So I hope everybody stays strong and sticks together. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. And by the way, you shouldn't be purple, community. You should be green because your envy is showing. Hope you all have a great day. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thank you.